feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home. A place for you, a place for now. And Berry plant will show you how. Turn the key and flick the light. Bendigo, you know it's right. Feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home.
Eaglehawk this afternoon.
It was Eaglehawk by 10 in round 1. It was Eaglehawk by 56 in round 10. They meet again another 9 weeks on. Eaglehawk trying to keep their season alive. The winner of this game to play Strathfield Say next Sunday afternoon in the elimination semi-final. For what it's worth, I'm going to take the Borough this afternoon as well. But as you said, Johnny, with absolutely no confidence whatsoever, given some of what they've dished up over the course of the season. Couple of the midfield stars in the middle, Haddo and Wheeler, will be a fascinating duel all afternoon. Will Kex starting in the centre of the ground as well, and Dalgleish and Cameron setting themselves the two big rucks. For one of these teams, it's a date with Strathfield Say next week. For the other, there's 2.5 hours left in season 2023. It's the elimination final in Bendigo footy at South Bendigo and Eaglehawk. On Footy Fresh, here's John Hunter.
McGregor Cameron for the Bloods, put it down the throat of Haddo, who puts it inside forward 50, heading towards the Barnard Street end, a hurry kick, and it's been, well, marked. In fact, it might be out of bounds on the full, is it? Yeah, in fact, it's a ball.
No, landed inside the boundary line.
Just inside, so good forward thrust, good tap by McGregor Cameron, we'll get that right. He really had his hands on the footy. Umpire will throw it in. Barnard Street end, up they'll go in the ruck. It grabbed in the breeze, whistle on play. Clayton Holmes has given away a free kick, I believe.
Yeah,
and
in the ruck to Dylan Johnson.
Dylan Johnson, who'll have his first shot at goal in under a minute.
And at the other end of the ground, Andrew Van Humen has the job on Cameron Glacian, so that'll be an interesting matchup for South against Eaglehawk.
It'll be a good start for the Bloods, just what they ordered. He should not miss this. If they're going to win this game, let some scoreboard pressure. Oh, he's kicked it behind. I can't believe that he's missed it. That is a kickable goal. So one behind. Eaglehawk yet to score. We've gone just over a minute. Opening term, Footy Fresh as Bendigo Football Live, and I genuinely sigh at that.
It was a dream start for them. Beautiful takeaway from Haddo out of the middle. And on the front foot early, the Bloods. Scything kick up the guts for the Borough from full back, and Davis marks just on the front point of the centre square. Twice a South Bendigo player at this level in 2014. Kicks inside the 50 to Hurd, sprawling forward. Couldn't take the mark. Desperate snuff. Van Humen's there in defence for the Bloods. Dives on top of the footy. Ball's not coming out. And we'll have a tossed up 40 metres out. You can see the effect the wind is having. It is really carrying toward the city end. Cameron in ruck, down toward Keck. On the back 50 for the Bloods. It's dragged back in underneath him. They fight for it. Ben Thompson's over the top of it all. And we will have a ball up at true centre half forward for Eaglehawk.
And that's why it's so important the Bloods kicked that goal against the wind, wasn't it? And they just mucked it up. Cameron won the tap for the Bloods. They're on half back. Just the ball spills wide. A handball. Now it's with the Borough. Bennett goes short and it's a mark. So they'll get a chance at it now. The Borough. 45-degree angle. We're right behind this kick at goal. Needs to slot it. Noah Wheeler with that heavily taped left knee. Distance won't be a problem. So Wheeler with the footy. Let's see if he can put some scoreboard pressure early. It's an elimination final. Anything you do, even early days, is important. Wheeler on the left. Oh, he shanked that as well. Off the instep. Lucky to score a minor. Just snuck in. So we're all tied up at one behind each. 3 minutes gone. Opening term. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
Yeah, Dylan Hanley's got the job on Strubens, and Oscar Madden, who we know ties down opposition defences, got the job on Harvey.
So the Bloods need to find an answer here. Horbury in the short sleeves, which is unusual for him. Darts the kick outside the defensive 50 through the hands of Cameron, picked up by Smith. Dalgleish gets a hold of it for the Borough. Wheeler tries to squeeze his kick through the traffic. Ricochets off a pair of legs and out toward Cameron, who can't keep it in at right half forward for Eaglehawk. It'll be tossed back into play. 3.5 gone opening term. Eaglehawk and South Bendigo nodded at one behind apiece. John Peterson, John Hunter, Norm Jenkin with you. Footy Fresh is Bendigo finals footy live. Tossed back in over Cameron, slapped it straight into Brodie Haddo's face. Ben Thompson slips a tackle, kicks to full forward, looking for Richards, gets out the back. Walsh right there with him, and through for another behind. Gives Eaglehawk the lead after 4 minutes.
Torpy will kick in for the Bloods. He doesn't muck around. Oh, it's gone too far. They've got the numbers, however. Ma for the Bloods, kicks it long to the wing. Good, strong mark. They're away now. McCaig receives a handball. He'll go short, shallow inside forward 50. Hits up Brock Harvey. Brock Harvey's away. He goes into a lead, into Leon Cameron. Dives at it. And Cooper Leon in Leon Cameron. Cooper Leon. He used to play for the Bulldogs, didn't he? And it's another minor score. 2 behinds each. We've gone 4.5. Opening term, Footy Fresh as Bendigo Football Live.
Turnover from the kick in as well. And it's marked by Keck right on the 50. And the way he's kicking right back into the teeth of this wind, Norm, so it would take his absolute best.
Yes, it'll be a top kick if he gets it, but he's one of the leading goal kickers for South this year.
Kick 39 on the season, Will Keck. Kick leaks out to the right. Johnston's there on the line. That'll go through for a minor score as well. So they're training behinds at the moment. The Bloods get the lead back. They're 3 behinds. Eaglehawk 2 behinds. 5 gone opening term. Fast start to the elimination final.
Clayton Holmes will kick it in for the Borough. Plays on. He went to go swimming pool side, then changed his mind and comes broadcast side. 50-metre ball. He was looking for Thompson. Comes off hands and it goes over the boundary line and out of bounds for a ball in. 1 behind is the margin. Both sides have had an opportunity to put majors on the board and haven't. It's the Bloods 3 behinds. Borough 2 behinds. 6 minutes opening term. McGregor Cameron in the ruck. Tapped it straight down the throat of Haddo again, who's getting his hands on the footy. He'll go shallow inside forward 50. Angove did well for the Borough. Trying to burst through the pack was Bennett for the Borough. He gets tied up. Whistle on play. And on half forward for the Bloods, we'll have a ball up. 1 point margin, Bloods lead. 6 minutes opening term. Footy Fresh as Bendigo Football Live.
Cameron decisively down. Wanted wide on the end of it. Gave away a free kick. Sam Thompson grabbed without the footy. Was a real forward target for them last week. Eaglehawk couldn't get on the end of one and actually slot it, but he provided a presence up there. Chips into the centre of the ground for Dalgleish. The Hawks will move it by foot. This is where they're so dangerous. Evans, the co-captain for Eaglehawk. Handball out wide to the run of Madden. Kicks inside the 50. O'Shannessy playing in front takes a good mark. Right on the edge of the arc. Jack O'Shannessy spins the footy in his hands. Now, he does have the breeze behind him and should be able to get the journey from here. Can the youngster from Oyen kick the opener for the Borough? Loads up on the left boot. Good-looking kick right to the line. Dalgleish flew off hands. It's rushed through for a minor score. Tied away at 3 behinds apiece now. 6 gone. Opening term. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
Torpy for the Bloods, kicks it in. It was a neat kick looking for Haddo, but come off his hands. It's going to be a turnover. Here they come, the Borough. Receiving a handball was Davis, goes goalward and peppered and missed. Another opportunity missed. They take the lead, the Borough now. 4 behinds lead the Bloods, 3 behind, 7 gone opening term. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
Been an entertaining start, Norm.
It has been. Backwards and forwards. Leon Davis there, Lewin Davis, the leading goal kicker for Eaglehawk.
Got the AFL theme.
Geez, Leon Cameron's playing, Leon Davis is playing. Real all-star lineup out there. Aubrey pleads with an option at half-back. Of course, runner-up in the Mickelson medal last year. Lovely kick. She's a good user of the football. And that is an absolute bullet to Keck. Just behind halfway, and that is an absolute dead pigeon from Will Keck. It's a shocker of a thing. Wobbles its way up toward half-forward. Wheeler got involved for the Borough. Clever kick from McGregor, down low, tried to scythe it through the traffic. Jack Daly has a play at the footy. Coming the other way, it might be Langley for the Bloods, who burst away through the centre of the ground. They've worked themselves into trouble here, South Bendigo. Langley will get them out of it, though. Clever bit of work around the body. Finds Matt Long, who was the late inclusion for Isaiah Miller. Right foot kick out wide's a neat one. Here's Langley up toward left half forward.
He wanted to go, Langley, but just decided against it. His eyes are darting. He's got long running for him. Ignores it. Decides to come backwards in order to come forward to White.
White's good work a moment ago too, Johnny. He got it to Langley.
Pass on the left. Spotted up Mark. He ignored a handball option from Horbury. Short pass now. That's okay. Langley receives. He will turn and go. He'll set it high, but it'll be deep into the pocket. Let's see who his target is. Hands on the footy was Strubens. Falls from the bottom of the pack on the end of a handball nicely. It was Thompson. They'll move it. A long kick to the wing. It's 1-on-1. McGregor Cameron. Good strong mark. Bloods. The big ruckman getting his hands on the footy early.
Been impressive as Matt Cameron hands it off to Horbury. Low kick inside the 50. Who's he got at home? Wheeler's getting back there. Charging up is Harvey. Wheeler flattens him. Grabs him in a vice-like tackle. That was terrific stuff from both of them. The Borough will exit the defensive 50. How good was that, Norm?
Oh, that was excellent from both players and great sportsmanship from Harvey then, making sure that Wheeler was not seriously injured.
That was like a highway collision between two sports cars going full pelt at one another and head-on met each other. Terrific bit of play from both of them. Marciano to Daly. Now it's driven up toward half-forward. Good kick from Sam Thompson. Juggled on the edge of the arc. O'Shannessy hands it off to Marciano, cruising past, battered down by White. Blood's back in control. Horbury tries to spin through the tackle at halfback. Picked up by Connolly. Now to Haddo, loops the handball over the top to Long.
Long in the middle, good strong lead. They're moving it nicely through Johnson. Johnson short pass forward. He'll be looking for Langley. Spots him up. He's on centre half forward. True centre half forward. He'll go into the pocket. Poor kick. He made Strubens work. The ball spills to the back of the pack. There's no man within cooee of it. McCaig tries to track it towards the boundary line for the Bloods, and hard up against the point post. We'll have a ball in. Eaglehawk lead, 4 behinds. Bloods 3 behinds. 10 minutes gone opening term.
Darcy Richards has just come off the ground, used to being in the visitors interchange, so he's gone the wrong way and had to be turned around by Dylan Williams to come down to the bench in front of us. Great start to this elimination final. Both these teams playing for a spot against Strathfield, say, next week. Holmes grabs it out of the ruck. Wobbles a kick into the centre of the ground. Daly couldn't take it. It was taken away by Torpy. Handed off to Leon from 45. Slips the tackle. Eyes the sticks. Great mark from Madden. Last line for the Borough. Takes it into the defensive goal square. Such an assured presence down there is Oscar Madden. Long-time Eaglehawk player. So too Cam McGlashan, to which he delivers the kick. Now the Borough off half-back through Evans. Little blind turn from Hanley's a good one. Kicks long to the broadcast side wing. Vacant territory there. Oscar White will be first there for South Bendigo. Turns back toward goal. Cameron rides the bump. Got the kick away. Straight into Zach Hare. Fair to say he didn't need that. He couldn't have flushed him anymore if he tried, Big Mac Cameron. And the skipper would have just looked at him and said, "What on earth are you doing, mate?" We'll have a ball in grandstand side here at the QEO.
I wonder it didn't go through him. It hit him like an absolute bullet in the bread bar.
Well, he's lucky it didn't hit him about 10 centimetres lower.
McKay give them Bloods, that's right. We go in the middle towards Johnson. They're going well again, the Bloods. Connolly, they look up and about handball to Cooper Leon. He'll go inside forward 50. Poor delivery though. And now bursting his way through might be Davis, who's kicked it to half forward of the Borough. They're working it nicely. Hurried kick. And didn't look. It'll be a bouncing footy. It'll be 2-on-2. Who's going to win the contest first? It'll be Hurd. Hurd gets tied up. And 60 metres out from Borough goal will have a ball up. 4 playing 3. That's behinds. 12 minutes gone opening turn.
And really high standard early though. Holmes just went for the body of Cameron there. That looks like a bit of a deliberate tactic early on. Wheeler fights for the football. McGregor kept it alive as well. Wheeler exchanges the 1-2 with Evans. Kicks inside the 50. O'Shannessy almost at their feet. Hurd picks it up. Looked for Marciano by hand. Couldn't find him. Horbury got grabbed. Holding the ball. Free kick Borough. That's a ripping tackle. And it's going to be Dylan Williams that's rewarded with the free kick. 40 metres from home. Slight angle right of centre.
Yes, excellent tackle by Williams there. He brought Horbury to the ground.
Williams hands it off to Wheeler. Wheeler's shanked one already in the quarter and Julie misses a second. Williams would have been well within his rights to go back and have the shot. Wheeler came past, missed another. 5 behinds the Borough. The Bloods 3 behinds. We're 13 minutes into the opening term.
Torpy for the Bloods will kick in.
It's just the conversion that's been the problem for both sides. Apart from that, they've both looked really good.
To Keck by foot. He received in the back pocket. Yeah, they're both switched on both sides. They need that scoreboard pressure, don't they? Short pass back to Torpy again. A short pass forward. Geez, they're moving it nicely, the Bloods. I like what they're doing. It's just up forward that seems to be letting them down. Haddo receives. He just looks around, doesn't know quite which way to go, decides to dump it down the wing. He kicked it to a contest. McGregor Cameron was the target. Not sure if it was really the right option. It was a pack of players. Ball in, outer side wing. 2 behinds is the margin. Eaglehawk lead. 14 gone, opening term.
Jack Thompson got across to thump it out of play. 3 brothers out there this afternoon for the Borough. Dalgleish and Cameron in ruck. Cameron fights forward at ground level. Haddo's in there as well. Evans nearly came away with it. Squeezing a kick clear through was Zach Sims for the Bloods. Mullen got the handball away to Williams, to Evans. Just in the nick of time, flicked that out to Wheeler. Across half back, the Borough. It's a kick to vacant space on the grandstand side from Wheeler. Bounces its way to Dylan Hurd, who gets grabbed, back pedals. He made no attempt to get rid of it. And the umpire gives him a reprieve and says, toss it in. 5 behinds the Borough, 3 behinds Eaglehawk. Fast start to the elimination final. We're 15 minutes played in the opening term.
McGregor Cameron. He stands a man mountain against Dalgleish, holding, well, incorrect disposal by Haddo. It was good work by Thompson of the Borough. Short pass to Williams. He just weighing up his options. Ignores a lead. There was a strong lead by Daly. Williams now plays on around the corner. Awkward looking kick. Ineffective. Looking for Dalgleish. It was a poor kick defensively. Did well White for the Bloods. Got a fist on there and it is a ball in. 2-point margin. The Borough lead. 16 gone opening term. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
Like a couple of prize fighters that just came out throwing punch after punch, Norby, and now they've backed each other into a corner.
They have that Joel, and it's very hard for them to get out.
Cameron front spot. White's been really good early for the Bloods. Handball over the top to Keck was good. Down the line for Langley, who elevates and marks between the wing and half forward. Plays on by hand to Keck, who got upended by Evans. Long kick inside the forward 50. Strubens the target. Hanley got dragged down. That'll be a free kick and advantage to the Borough. And McGregor goes centrally. Finds Williams, who sprawls forward for Eaglehawk. Kicks up toward the half-forward line now. O'Shannessy, he's got options inboard. Couple of them presenting, and Dalgleish takes the mark. True centre-half forward.
Oh, he's got a runner that he, through Thompson, kicks it long to the goal square. Richards picks it up. He's tackled. McGregor Cameron, little bit of an underground handball. It was okay to White of the Bloods. Managed to somehow get a boot on it, but it didn't go the required distance. Daly getting involved. Now another short pass to Thompson. Ends up, well, he's probably too far out to score. This is Ben Thompson. He went to give it off to Davis. Davis wasn't watching. I reckon he stood off his line as well. But Thompson, you're right, Joel. Short pass now, poor kick. Just ineffective. Free kick, it'll go the way of the Bloods. Floated in front of the pack. It's, might be with the footy hair.
No, Poyser, I think.
No, it's hair.
It's hair.
Hair with the footy. Short pass. Spots up the coach, Horbury. Hair gets it back. The old 1-2. Then an ugly looking ball to the wing. The disposal's not good. Picking up was Holmes. He gets the old 1-2 back as well. Then he coughs it up. A couple of errors sneaking into the game at the moment. Long handball and it's with Long.
So Long back to White, who created the smother. Kicks down the line, looking for Langley. Again, he plays in front and takes the mark in front of McGregor.
He's had a good first quarter as Langley.
So Sam Langley played every game this season for the Bloods. Stands just in front of halfway. Assesses the options. What's he got to look at? Presentation from Haddo, and he's just blasted it 20 metres over his head. That was an odd kick in the end. Haddo thought it was play on. In fact, it was. It might have been touched off the player on the mark, which explains the trajectory the kick went at. So Haddo grabbed Holmes as soon as he intercepted, and it'll be a ball up right on the 50 here for South Bendigo. 3 behinds playing 5. Free kick to the Bloods. It'll go to Leon right on the numbers of the 50.
The indiscriminate kicking, you don't often see that paid.
And what's Cooper Leon got? He cannot have a set shot from here into the breeze, can you? died down for a moment, but you're going to have to kick it probably 55 or 60 on a normal day just to get it there. Cooper Leon is going to absolutely have to flush this. It's come off the side of the boot. It's nowhere near it. Langley's up. White stayed down. Did the roving. Couldn't get boot to ball. Marciano's there for the Borough. Clearing kick out toward half-back. Will be cut off by Van Human. Lovely gather. Pushed as he kicked. And it floats out of bounds on the fall, but he'll get a reprieve. He's going to get a free, Andy Van Human. He got shoved in the back as he got the kick away. And he's going to take the kick from just inside the 50 in the right forward pocket.
This is where the South Bendigo forwards have got to be open and ready to go and find a gap. They're not tall up forward, and they've got to look for their leading forwards.
Former blood, Joel Swatton taking things in, just walking in front of us here. Andy Van Humen, not a noted goal kicker, hasn't kicked one on the year from his 18 games. He's going to try and find something here. Loads up, goes long, and it sails through. What a time to kick your first goal of the season. Van Humen's got the first of the elimination final. And it is a real blow from long range that gets the Bloods on the board. 1-3-9, Eaglehawk, 5 behinds, 20 minutes played opening term.
Yes, excellent kick by Van Humen, then across the face of the breeze, and he had enough power on it to get it through, and a great start for South Bendigo. As I've just said, though, when they go forward, they've got to look to hit their forwards up, small forwards up, because Eaglehawk have certainly got the advantage in height with their defence.
What an unlikely goal kicker, Van Humen, to get the first on the board. Back into the middle, Dalgleish against McGregor Cameron. Winning it, though, was Evans from the tap-in. He gives it to a teammate who gets collared, was Jack Thompson, just forward of centre for the Borough. We'll have a ball up.
4 lead changes already in this game.
Yeah, and we've got 1 goal.
Yep.
Umpire throws it up. McGregor Cameron, Haddo, he sharked the footy, then handballed it into the centre to nobody in particular. Keck, some strong tackling. They're up and about, but the Borough win it through the middle through Davis. Davis will go towards 50. We're 40 metres out from goal. Just trying to find a path as Daly. Daly goes corridor, poor kick, intercept, and now the Bloods are away.
Oh, Torpy just kicked it off his toe. It dribbled into the centre of the ground. They can come back the other way, the Borough. Daly's got options everywhere. Spots up Williams, who's marked 20 from home. He's on a slight angle to the right. And really, even the way things have gone for Eaglehawk so far, he should not be missing this.
No, good work there by Richards. He was able to nudge Walsh out of the way to keep Walsh out of the marking contest.
So Dylan Williams comes in, right foot, strike is pure. It took 20 minutes to get one on the board, and it's taken a minute and a half to Eaglehawk to respond to South Bendigo's goal. And we've got our 5th lead change in proceedings. We're only 21 minutes into the contest. Eaglehawk 1-5, South Bendigo 1-3. Elimination final footy here on Footy Fresh.
And that just showed the difference with Eaglehawk going forward. They were able to spot up a leading forward, whereas South Bendigo have been just putting it up in the air and giving the Eaglehawk defence every chance to knock the ball away every time it comes in.
Back into the middle, Dalgleish for the Borough against McGregor Cameron. McGregor Cameron wins the tap again. He's been dominant through the middle. Jack Thompson did well for the Borough. Evans and Wheeler getting involved. Some big names for the Borough as it spills to the outer side. Dalgleish tracks the football. Can he keep his feet? He does. Then he gets bowled over. Umpire let it go. And Horbury did well just to knock him over, as we'll have another stoppage and a ball up. Outer side wing, 2-point margin. The Borough lead, 22.5 gone opening term.
The symmetry in this game. Both number 5s, the laid outs. Both number 6s, the first goal kickers for Eaglehawk and South Bendigo. Ball slapped out toward the boundary line. It won't be kept in. It'll be a ball in on the outer side. Joel Peterson, John Hunter, Norm Jenkin with you. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Football Live. Elimination final coming your way from the QEO. Sandhurst, of course, through to the qualifying final against Golden Square next week, and Strathfield say awaiting the winner of today's clash. The Bloods are in action over on the A-grade netball court as well. Bring you updates of their game against Castlemaine throughout the course of the afternoon. They fight for it at the stoppage. Keck's handball forward, only as far as Holmes, who's been busy for the Borough. Backpedaling, got his handball away. Scooting in was Davis, flicks it out wide. And Eaglehawk have got good representation. Jack Thompson at halfback, measures his right foot, kick down the line to Wheeler. Wheeler plays on by hand. Prolific when those sides met earlier in the season. Long entry now from the Borough. Richards extends. Can't mark. Marciano couldn't get the kick away. Got the handball away to McGlashan. Back to Richards. Borough with a second. And Darcy Richards, back from a 3-week suspension, is on the goal-kicking list to start. And now Eaglehawk open up a little bit of a break as far as the game's gone so far. 8 points the advantage. The Borough 2-5. The Bloods are 1-3. The thoughts of Norm Jenkin on Footy Fresh.
Yes, good work from Darcy Richards then. He made the contest for the football, got it to the back. Marciano, good enough to then beat two South Bendigo players with a handball back to Richards, and Richards' snap made no mistake. And as you say, great to see him back in that forward line after a 3-week break.
Back into the middle for the restart. McGregor Cameron and Dalgleish. Horbury's gone into the middle again. Up they go. McGregor Cameron taps it to Haddo again. They're doing that numerous times. Haddo, a little bit of an awkward handball. Turnover now. Wheeler collected for the Borough. Now, good strong tackling. Thompson falls over. Manages somehow to give it to Evans, who's getting involved as well. Long kick to half forward. Getting his hands on the footy was Hare. Turnover. Now Van Human. He did well. Short pass to Horbury. He goes forward to Haddo. Haddo by foot. He's long. He's got a player on. And it's Keck. Keck too far out to score. Long way from home. He goes short. Good, strong, hard lead. And it might be Johnson who's taken a good chest mark. And pretty close to the boundary line. You love that pocket over there, Joel. Many a great footballer has kicked a goal from there.
The Sam Mildren pocket, it's called, Johnny.
Yes.
To this day. Only by me, but that's okay.
Now, Johnson, he had the chance in the first minute to really hit the scoreboard. It was a soda compared to what this one is. You know what's going to happen here, don't you? He's going to slot it. I might even write it down in the book, Joel. Let's have a look what he does with the footy. It's long, it's high, and not much action from behind the goals. Minor score. So that makes it a 7-point margin. 26 minutes gone. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Football Live. Eaglehawk lead.
Because he's one of a couple who's played for the opposition. Daniel Johnson, he spent a season with the Eaglehawk side after coming from Mooroopna, and Lewin Davis spent a season with South Bendigo after coming down from Mildura. Long kick in from fullback. He's a good one from Holmes. Finds the target. Wheeler's keen to move it on. Over the top to Bolger. Handball to Daly. One of the inclusions this week for the Hawks. Now back to Ben Thompson. On the back foot. Kicks inside the 50. Walsh stood in front of Richards. It'll be a free kick to the Bloods defender. And they'll move it quickly here south. Torpy's got it in the back 50. We know what a damaging kick he is. Finds Wilkeck right on the defensive arc. Chips it over the top to Leon. They can move it forward by hand now. Ma, left foot kick out wide's a good one. Johnston's got it again just in front of halfway.
He handballs it to McCaig, who was running shotgun, but McCaig may have stepped over the line. He just fumbled. It was just out of reach, so they'll have to bring the play back. But both sides moving the ball with some vigour when they get it. I'm particularly, even though they're trailing by 7 points, I'm particularly, well, buoyed by the way South Bendigo are going about it at the moment. Elimination final. It should be this way. The ball's more on half forward than wing. In fact, it's right half forward. Bloods attack. McGregor Cameron taps it to the front of the pack, but there's nobody there. It's now spilled free. Long getting his hands on the footy. He just handballs it there to Keck. Keck goes goalward, and I reckon he slotted it. Keck, the goal kicker, bang, puts it through to a 1-point margin. 2-5 playing 2-4, and we're into red time. Opening term in this elimination final. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
Yeah, good pressure there by the South Bendigo forwards. The ball spilled out to Keck, and Keck made no mistake to kick his 40th goal of the year. It's the way both, as John said, both teams moving the ball very well, and South Bendigo, they've got to keep their eyes down when they're going forward.
Could be anything from here, Norm. Could be a blowout from this stage. So far, they look really evenly matched, these two teams.
Yes.
It's been a great start to this elimination final here at the home of country football. Back in the middle, Ben Thompson tries to just burrow his way through the contest. Keck's tackled Wheeler. That was a dangerous tackle. The second motion throwing him to the ground.
Fair call by the ump.
Yep.
Matt Vittoriti was right onto it. Scott Bennett, John Norton out there as central field umpires as well this afternoon. Wheeler 9-irons it inside the 50, over the head of McGlashan. Richards comes up at the ball, can't take it. Torpy was there, so too Walsh. Tumbles it out of the area for the Bloods, but it'll come back in. Mullins taking the mark, sliding in on his knees, pokes it to the pocket, finds Ben Thompson. And the middle brother of the trio for the Borough has the mark. 45 metres out, 45-degree angle. We're right behind it here in the Footy Fresh commentary box, and he will kick after the siren. And I can tell you one thing he won't do, Norm.
He won't play on, Joel.
Thank you very much. Cheerio to Jock Clark if you're listening this afternoon, Jock. Ben Thompson after the quarter-time siren. Right foot kick on the way. It's wobbling its way toward goal. It's surged violently to the right about halfway through its trip. The Eaglehawk fans underneath us were thinking that was a chance to go through for 4 points, and then it lurched hard right and went through for a minor score. An entertaining opening term comes to an end. It's a 2-point spread the way of the Borough. 2 goals, 6-18 to the Bloods, 2-4-16. We had 8 points on the board before we got our first goal at the 19-minute mark through Andrew Van Humen, who kicked his first.
It feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home. A place for you, a place for now. And Berry plant will show you how. Turn the key and flick the light. Bendigo, you know it's right. Feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home. It feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home. A place for you, a place for now. And Berry plant will show you how. Turn the key and flick the light. Bendigo, you know it's right. Feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home.
Like it.
Box are hot in 3, 2, 1.
Quarter time at the Queen Elizabeth Oval and an entertaining opening term. A 2-point break to Eaglehawk, 2-6-18 to South Bendigo, 2-4-16. It was a slow start in front of the sticks for both teams, but terrific end to that opening term. We had 5 lead changes, only the 4 goals, but a big throng of supporters around both huddles, which is great to see. A beautiful day for footy here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Joel Peterson, John Hunter, Norm Jenkin with you. Great to have you with us on 101.5 throughout Central Victoria, and of course wherever you're streaming via the TuneIn radio app or listening to us on the live stream this afternoon from the BFNL. Good afternoon to you. Great to have you with us. Of course, the winner of this game to play Strathfield Say next week in the first semi-final. Goal kickers in that opening term. Andy Van Humen kicked his first of the season for the Bloods. Will Keck also added one, number 40, as Norm said during the call. For the Eaglehawk, Dylan Williams and Darcy Richards kicked their 2 majors. Better players for the Bloods in that opening term, Johnny?
Matt Cameron, the big ruckman, really dominant and putting it down the throat of Haddo, who has really done a good job to capitalise on those tap-outs. I've liked the game of Alex Smith, seems to had a few touches. Oscar White. Langley looked dangerous. Dylan Johnson up forward, had a good look at goal on 2 occasions. Will Keck at ground level. And Matty Long coming into the side this afternoon has had a couple of important touches as well.
Oscar White's as good as anyone on the ground. Norm, the Borough in the opening term?
Yeah, up forward, I like Jack O'Shannessy early. He was their leading man up there, and then it turned to Darcy Richards, who after 3 weeks out is getting back into it. Evans also, their co-captain, found his way into the game late in the quarter. Wheeler was their best for the quarter, and down back, Hanley on Strubens and Madden on Harvey have been very good.
Yeah, Wheeler came with an injury cloud, but you wouldn't know it. Quarter time in the HDFL as well, thanks to Wayne Smith. 3-2-20 Mount Pleasant lead North Bendigo 1-4-10. Underway in the second term, Eaglehawk attacking to the Barnard Street end, and they get the opening clearance. It's taken by Richards for a lightning start to the second term. That's bounced through. That's an absolute miracle. Darcy Richards has hooked it around on the right boot. It's bounced on the outside of the left-hand goalpost, taken an off break and come back around for a goal. What a start to the second term for Eaglehawk. Within 20 seconds, they're on the board, and their lead pushed back out to 8 points. 3-6-24, the Bloods 2-4-16. That's 2 for Richards.
And a good kick, a good quick kick into the forward line by Eaglehawk there. Saw Darcy Richards compete for the mark and then was able to get it at ground level and made no mistake with a great snap.
Yeah, Billy Evans, I reckon, that kicked that one in forward there, Norm, as we're going to have a secondary ball up from the middle. No, in fact, it's a free kick. We'll go to the Bloods, 1-for-2 high. Keck with the footy, just forward of centre. Can they have a quick response in this second term? Goes straight down the middle, looking for Johnson. Hands off footy. It spills, but Mullen getting involved. Hands on the footy as well. They'll work it nicely. Holmes by hands to Evans. Further afield. They're working across half-back. Bennett is there as well. Hard up against the boundary line. They keep it in. Might have been a better choice to put it out, but they'll stop it anyway. Angove ties Big McGregor, Dylan Johnson up, and we'll have a ball up. 70 out from goal. The Bloods, they're going to the city end. 24 playing 16, a minute and a half gone second term.
Early goal to the Borough in this second quarter. Haddo taps it out toward the boundary line off the stoppage, and from the ball up, we'll have a ball in. Outer side of the ground. In front of the netball courts, Castlemaine and South Bendigo to do battle over there in about 20 minutes from now. In the elimination final in A-grade netball. Dalgleish and Cameron wrestle in ruck. Cameron down decisively. White wanted a free kick. He thought he was held onto by Ben Thompson. Got the handball away looking for Keck. Evans fights him for the football. Sliding in, hands and knees, was Mullen to take it away for the Borough. Shows them a clean pair of heels. Kicks out wide. Williams got a push, but it was picked up by Hurd. Kicks a high ball up toward half forward. Bounces on its end. Sits obligingly for Hare. Handballs off to Walsh. And now they work it neatly across half back, the Bloods. Here's young Will McCaig. Comes across the defensive 50 to Torpy. They can set something up now to the grandstand side. South Bendigo through Van Humen.
Van Humen, short pass, finds Keck on the centre wing. Broadcast side. Very good to hear. Where's he going to go? Van Humen would be a nothing kick if he went there, but I don't think he's got many options. Doesn't want to go corridor. He goes Van Humen. Short pass, barely 15 metres. Now Van Human, nobody stands the mark, so he plays on. He'll put it to a lead of Strubens. Big fly, went to the back of the pack, but the mark is just picked off by Hanley of the Borough.
Can't imagine the way they've delivered it inside the 50 has been the way they wanted to or they sought to coming into today. On occasion, the Bloods. Long kick out of defence. It'll bounce its way out toward half forward. Bulges after it. Riding the bump was Horbury, got brought to the ground and a ball up. The method's just been a bit disappointing, the Bloods going inside the arc a few times, Norm.
Yes, it has been. As I said, a quarter time. They've got to lower their eyes going in and not kick it on the top of the head because Eaglehawk have got the advantage in height.
Running to the same spot. I mean, the forwards just keep running to the same spot. They're running around the same pack as the ball goes out for a throw-in on the outer side. Or is it be out of bounds on the full? Looks like Bulges after a kick out there. In fact, it's Ben Thompson who is chasing a kick. Boundary umpire says, why would I give it to you? I'm going to throw it in. Go away, Ben. The ball will be tossed back in on the outer side. 3-6-24 Eaglehawk. The only goal of this second term so far. South Bendigo 2-4-16. We're 4 minutes through it on Footy Fresh.
McGregor, Cameron wins the tap again, but he tapped it to the Borough through Thompson. Then it's a contest ground level. Slung there was Keck. Hurry kick now from the Borough by Wheeler. Goes to the top of the square. The Borough are attacking here. Barnard Street end. It's a handball over the top. Nice tap to Darcy Richards. Couldn't quite collect. Free kick. Might be going the other way. The Bloods. So they've probably got out of jail here, I reckon, the Bloods. The Borough looked intent. It was McCaig. Sprints it to the opposite back pocket. Let's see what they can do with the footy here. Long ball out of defence by the Bloods. They'll set themselves. Ground level. Collected the footy nicely was Evans. He goes long and it's a mark. Good, strong, hard lead. It was Richards. They just waited on it and he's providing some type of target up there, Norm.
Yes, since halfway through that second quarter, he's found his feet. He's got the pace of the game again and he's doing very well. That's his third mark inside 50 in the last 10 minutes.
Really lively by foot. He's dancing around in that forward zone. The leading patterns, and that was just a hard run at the footy. Needs to kick it to increase the lead. They lead 24-16. Richards kicks the goal. Not a problem at all. For his third, they go to 4-6-30. Danger time now for the Bloods, 2-4-16. We're not even halfway through this second term. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
And good work there by Billy Evans out on the outer side forward flank. He was able to keep two South Bendigo players away from the football, pick it up, get through and have a clear kick into the forward line, and that's the way South Bendigo have got to attack. They've got to find the leading forward like Billy Evans did there, finding Darcy Richards.
So ball back in the middle. 2 in a row for the Borough after they kicked 2 in a row in that opening term as well. Haddo with a clearance, just skies the kick out toward the grandstand side, bounces on its end, sits up for Mullen, flicks the handball over the top, too hot for Sam Thompson, goes back and gets it, shares the handball with Evans, Borough across the defensive 50, Mullen toward McGregor, who showed no interest in keeping that in or taking the ball in that instance, and it'll be thrown back in at the junction of the 50 in the boundary at right half forward. Bloods into attack.
Good pressure there by Cooper Leon of South Bendigo. He had 3 Eaglehawk opponents to beat.
Young boundary umpire, the long flowing locks will spin it back in. Dalgleish and Cameron neither made a play at the ruck contest. Leon with the clearance, up to Keck. High footy around the body to full forward. Johnston sits under it. Might be first back there at ground level as well. Getting in there was Bolger. He was dragged down by Marr. And we'll have a ball up, 25 out from the south goal. They trail by 14, 7 played second term.
Just to keep it in check, you feel like the Bloods need to get a goal in this forward entry. Cooper Leon runs onto the footy. The goals were open. Had a shot. In fact, it was Strubens. And it just came off the instep and failed to score in the end.
But a good effort for South Bendigo now because the ball's been kept in their forward line for a throw-in.
Cooper Leon is playing forward as well. So they've got ground level. Johnson to do the ruck work against Holmes. Johnson won it. Just sharking the footy was Horbury. By hand, gives it to Keck. He gets collared underneath the chin. He probably dropped his knees a little, but you just can't do it. It was a good old-fashioned coat hanger directly in front. He's got a player calling for it deep in the pocket. Why go there if you're directly in front with the wind behind you? He's a goal kicker, Norm, as you said. He's been amongst it this season.
Yes, he's kicked his 40th early in the first quarter, and now a chance to kick 41 for the year.
If his side just wants to keep within check, he needs to kick this goal. Keck, city end. It's long, it's high, it's goalward, but it's minor. Geez, it faded, but it wasn't really effective off the boot at all. So they go to 2-5-17 Bloods. They trail the Borough 4-6-30. 8.5 gone. Second term elimination final. Footy Freshers Bendigo live.
Hasn't really been Strubens and Harvey doing any of the damage so far for South Bendigo. It's been the lesser lights. Johnston's been prevalent up there. Keck kicked a goal in the opening term, had a shot there, and Andy Van Humen with the opener for the Bloods. Long kick in, out of defence for the Hawks. Haddo burrows in after it, as he so often does. Hurd and Hanley on top of him. There's Madden in there as well, and it'll be a ball up. Cameron uncontested in ruck. There's a collision off the play. John Norton's picked out a free. Aubrey and Dalgleish ran into each other.
Aubrey's got the kick, has he?
It should not have been advantage to South Bendigo, who were streaming inside the forward 50.
Yeah.
That's a strange bit of play. Anyway, Aubrey will take the kick. He chips it short to Leon. Bloods at left half forward. Now in the hands of Braden Torpey.
What's he doing up there?
13 points the spread. 9.5 gone in the second term. Torpey swings the kick on the left boot. That's an absolute bullet to Zach Hare. Terrific vision, and the execution every bit as good. And Hare's marked 45 out directly in front.
And the chance to be South Bendigo's second defender to kick a goal today, with Van Humen drifting down from the back pocket in the first quarter.
And he doesn't kick many of them either, Normie. Only the one so far this season for Zach Hare. Lines up from just inside the 50 and pushes it to the right. A minor score. His only goal came back in round 2. Zach Hare. It's a 2-goal spread. 2-6 the Bloods, 4-6 the Borough. 10.5 gone in the second term. They've looked good in the last 5 or so minutes, South.
Need to convert though, don't they? Holmes plays on from fullback. It's a long high ball. He's kicked it straight to Cooper Leon. So it's a turnover. Bloods, is this their chance? He's got a lead. Oh, it was poor to Johnson. Picked up nicely by McGregor. He goes long, out of side, off hands. And I just sense they wasted that forward entry then, the Bloods. It will be a ball in. They've still got it in their forward zone. They trail by 2 straight kicks, 2 straight goals, 11 minutes gone. Second term, Footy Freshers Bendigo Football Live.
Great to have you with us on 101.5 FM throughout Central Victoria. Listening on the BFNL live stream or streaming it wherever you are right around the world via TuneIn Radio. Joel Peterson, John Hunter, Norm Jenkin with you on a beautiful Sunday afternoon for football. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there as well.
Thanks, Joel.
No worries, Johnny. My old man will be listening. Oh, he's probably not listening, actually. I think he's on the motorbike this afternoon, so he might be tuning in. Here's Horbury. Kicks to the pocket for the Bloods. It's through the hands of Strubens. It almost opened up for Long there, who was running onto the ball in the pocket. Just could corral it inside the boundary line. And it'll be thrown back in front of the old Camp Hill Primary School, overlooking the play there. Some of the greats have attended that particular institution over the years, Johnny.
They've been camped inside forward 50 for quite a while now. Dill Williams, handballs to Sam Thompson of the Borough. They'll clear to the outer side, but he's kicked it out of bounds on the full, so another turnover. Quickly they'll play on. Haddo receives.
When I say that, by the way, I mean Andy Van Humen. He went to primary school there. Yep.
Haddo, short pass. Torpey, he goes back in order to come forward as well. Taggart, they're going to horseshoe this.
Oh, yes.
You like it, don't they? Van Humen's on the end of one.
Is it a reverse horseshoe or just a horseshoe?
We'll go the horseshoe. You're waiting for it. Oh, now that's mucked it up. Decide to go corridor. I don't think that was the right option. Evans just towed him up. And on the bottom of it was Poyser. Now we'll have a ball up, centre wing.
Tate Poyser, a 6-point player in the points system.
Really?
He's a transferred junior from Sandhurst that I think had played Bendigo Pioneers. So I think it's 4+1+1. and makes him a 6-point player in the grand scheme of things, which is just a statistical oddity.
You'd get Dusty Martin cheaper than that, wouldn't you?
For the same price, 6 is as many as you can get. So he's 17 games on the season for the Bloods, but in the point system, it's a pretty costly investment. He's doing some nice things as the youngster in South colours. Cameron's got the free kick from the centre of the ground. 2-goal lead to Eaglehawk. Kicks to the edge of the 50. Langley was good early, worked that well, turned his back on the play and went back toward the ball. He could see it was going over the pack, but it was taken away by Ben Thompson. Handball to brother Jack. Kick into the centre of the ground. Gee, set Hurd an awful task. Torpy coming past. Taggart takes it for the Bloods. He's pushed off it. Torpy goes back in, tried to get the handball away, looking for Connolly. Forced loose by Hurd at half-back for the Hawks, but the Bloods still in possession. Free kick. Is that going to be for a throw?
Yep.
And Billy Evans will take it right on the red paint of the defensive arc for Eaglehawk.
He goes to the wing. You just feel that South Bendigo are wasting these opportunities. They're falling down, well, deep in the forward zone, really. It's Eaglehawk with the footy. Another whistle on play is there. The non-officiating umpire, Vitaretti, has called something downfield, has he?
I think so.
Both umpires are having a bit of a chat.
No, it's going back by the looks.
Is it going back to the Bloods?
No, back to Eaglehawk.
Right.
Now, Daly, state of confusion. We're back where we started.
So what exactly changed there?
It came in about 10 metres from the boundary to a holding free kick, I would say.
Oh, yeehaw. Glad we invested that time to change that.
Mass confusion along the boundary line, but McGregor Cameron comes over the top and just fisted the ball over the boundary line. We'll have another ball in. After all that, it's a boring bit of play for an elimination final.
On the topic of Father's Day, I just got a text from the old man. He's listening and he's on the motorbike. So there you go.
What did you buy him, Joel?
I'll be getting it a little bit later on, and it might be red and drinkable.
Oh, very nice. As McGregor Cameron, ruck work against Holmes was up against
and not Portello.
No, exactly. It's Eaglehawk. Daly trying to find a path. They're out now. It's a long kick by the Borough. It's a one-on-one contest. McGlashan will be the target. Now the cavalry arrives for the Bloods. Hurried kick towards the boundary line. So they've come from one wing to another. We'll call that almost a horseshoe, but it wasn't really much system to it. And we'll have a ball in.
It'd be a poor farrier, I think, if that was a horseshoe.
Quarter time MCDFNL. Trentham 3-4, 22 to Malden 2-1-13.
2-goal lead to Eaglehawk, 4-6-30 to South Bendigo, 2-6-18. It was a 2-goal lead to Mount Pleasant as well over North Bendigo in the HDFL elimination semi-final. Cameron's caught with the footy and Davis is away, and Holmes is standing over Cameron behind the play as well and letting him know all about it, and it's on between those two behind the play, Holmes and Cameron. Meanwhile, the Borough inside the forward 50. Hurd pounces on the loose ball and whips it around the corner for another. And this Eaglehawk advantage continues to grow. It's as big as it's been in the ball game, out at 18 points. 5-6-36 to the Bloods, 2-6-18. And that was a very good bit of work out of the middle of the ground and forcing the free kick at the stoppage by the Borough.
Yes, excellent work by Eaglehawk there, and in particular to Lewin Davis. He beat 3 South Bendigo opponents as he bounced his way up the flank. He centred the ball in, and it was excellent work by Hurd, who was able to grab the loose ball at ground level.
Restart back in the middle. This was always going to happen, wasn't it? Eaglehawk were going to respond if the Bloods didn't hit the scoreboard. Bloods through the middle. Conley tries to collect. Hurried kick now. It goes shallow, not quite inside forward 50. Collecting the ball. Mopping up will be Hanley. He did well. It's gone. Umpire lets it go. Now can they respond, the Bloods? We had silence. He's gone. Strubens, is it? Who couldn't find a place. And I reckon they're unlucky here. Mullen. He'll come across half-back. He'll look for McGregor.
He'll want to be quick.
Oh.
He'll want to be quick.
And they miss an opportunity as well. Right in front of us, half forward, the Bloods are in attack. 36 playing 18. They trail. 80 minutes gone, second turn.
It was like when you see a balloon blowing in the breeze and it just keeps going and going and going.
Yes, but McGregor there was too busy watching about what was going on upfield than where the ball was going.
Really got away from him. Didn't sit up at all. Ball tossed back in. Johnston in ruck now for the Bloods, with McGregor getting a bit of a spell behind the footy. Free kick of the contest. It'll go the way of Eaglehawk. White and Connolly conspired to give it away, and Lewin Davis sides a kick in front of the grandstand side to Marciano, who marks for the Borough. Plays on over the top by hand to Williams. He in turn goes to O'Shannessy at left half forward. Left foot kick into the pocket. Richards with one hand, can't take it. McGlashan out the back. He wanted a free kick, won't get it. And the ball will be tossed back in. Left forward pocket, 30 metres around from the Eaglehawk goal. They're up at the Barnard Street end this term. They've kicked 3 goals straight this quarter. Have the Borough. The Bloods have kicked 2 behinds, and the margin is 18 points the way of Eaglehawk.
Sharked by the Borough. Goes goalwards is Dill Williams, but it looks like a minor score. It is. Thought there was an opportunity to hit the scoreboard in a major way again. There wasn't. 5-7-37, the Borough. South Bendigo 2-6-18. Almost 19 gone in this second term.
Notable just what a difference having a few more targets up there has made to Eaglehawk today. Look at a different team against a much more vulnerable South Bendigo defensive unit. Turnover off the kick in as well. Daly grabs it for the Borough. Handball around the body. Hurds, high kick to fall forward. Richards went up. Evans is waiting out the back. Uncontested. Easiest goal he'll ever kick. And Eaglehawks lead now out to 25 points, and it's getting very worrying for the Bloods. 6-7-43 to South Bendigo 2-6-18. We're just about into time on in the second term. Footy fresh. Here's Bendigo Football Live.
Yes, that was excellent work again by Darcy Richards. He attracted a crowd of South Bendigo defenders as he went for that mark, and Billy Evans stayed out the back where a good roving forward should be, and was able to grab the loose ball and tap it through.
Back into the middle, McGregor Cameron, double-handed tap to Haddo. Haddo by hand to White. White now the Bloods. They'll go forward deep inside 50. Harvey is the target. Just can't get his hands on the footy. Eaglehawk Holmes did well, clearing ball to Dalgleish, outer side wing, McGregor Cameron, now it's a turnover, by hand to Horbury, Horbury of the Bloods, he'll go to the top of the square, Langley had a lot of it, good hard tackling Leon Cameron again. I wish he'd stop playing footy out here. It was Cooper Leon, and he was a bit overzealous with the tackle. Sam Thompson gets the free kick for Eaglehawk.
Good bit of umpiring there, because Sam Thompson never had possession of that football when Leon grabbed him. That was a really sharp bit of work. That's a lovely kick from Holmes. Just whips it out to half back and finds his teammate in Bennett. Former Strathfield Storm winger. Kicks down the line for Hurd. And the Borough really starting to open things up here. Hurd's kick inside the forward 50. Richards almost ran onto it. Timed his run perfectly. Picked up by O'Shannessy. Left forward pocket. Hooks it back over his body. It'll float toward Marciano. Horbury didn't have it. He'll get a free kick, will the coach of South Bendigo. Just grabbed while he didn't have possession of the footy. So inside the defensive 50, Nathan Horbury flares it out wide. Almost the mark out there. Coming over the top was Oscar White, and a big tackle laid by Haddo. Umpire lets that roll. Kick up towards Strubens, who we haven't seen a lot of in this opening half. He's right up on the wing.
No, good mark it was by Cooper Leon with the footballs that went over his shoulder. Now he goes to the top of the square. Harvey, he's got 2 to beat. Dives at it. Good work by the Borough. Can they clear? They've got the safety of numbers. Holmes, he's collared. Probably ineffective. In fact, definitely ineffective. And he'll have a free kick awarded against to McCaig, who'll have a shot at goal. And at the 22-minute mark in the elimination final, if you want to hit the scoreboard, in fact, Brock Harvey's got a free kick.
I was going to say, I thought it was Harvey that made the tackle. He followed up beautifully after not being able to hold on to that bullet pass.
Was it McCaig must have been sneaking in the area. We'll go 12-2. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Brock Harvey, pretty tight angle. Hasn't got one on the board this afternoon. If they win, he needs to kick it. He stabbed at it and kicked a goal. Didn't matter. It was a low bullet ball, and he's got his first of the afternoon. So just tightening it up a little bit now. It goes to 6-7-43 Eaglehawk. The Bloods, well, a little bit of work to do. 3-6-24, and it's now 23 minutes gone, second term.
Yeah, there were worrying signs leading up to that for South Bendigo, because Eaglehawk's field kicking has been pinpoint accuracy, but to South's credit, they lowered the eyes there. They looked for a leading Brock Harvey, and he was good enough to follow up a lost mark.
And we'll have another one in the HGFL. Mount Pleasant by 9 points over North Bendigo. The elimination semi-final up at Elmore. Of course, the other game today at Princess Park, Trentham and Maldon. Keep you updated across that throughout the afternoon. Back in the middle, Smith's there for the Bloods. Handball way to Keck, caught by Davis holding the ball. Lewin Davis has been back to some of his best this afternoon. Flares the kick out wide to left half forward. Bouncing ball will sit for Marciano. He can't keep it inside the boundary line. Horbury accosts him and steps him across for a throw in. 70 metres out from the Eaglehawk goal. Left half forward. The Borough with 3 goals, 1 in the term, to the Bloods 1 goal, 2. They lead it by 19 points. We're 23.5 minutes into this second term.
Dalglish grabbed it out of the air and he put a spiral ball inside forward 50 for Eaglehawk. Looking to put another one on the board, but South Bendigo, umpire did well, letting it go. Just a sea of players, still no whistle. Ball still, well, in dispute. Trying to make a path there was Mullen. He couldn't get through. And directly in front, 35 out from the Borough goal. They have another ball up. A lot of players around the footy. Dalglish couldn't get his hands on the football. Nice little handball over the top. Bolger couldn't quite get it away. Taggart did well for the Bloods. The ball, a rolling pack, spills towards the boundary line. In fact, it's a minor score. Just snuck it in. So that takes Eaglehawk to 44, 20-point margin. The Bloods 24, 25 minutes gone. Second term, footy fresh as Bendigo Football Live.
The thing I've liked about today is the way the umpires have let the players play. There hasn't been any Tiggy Touchwood quick blow of the whistle. It's let the players get the ball out if they can.
Horbury to bring it in from fullback. Powerful left boot. Almost straight to Darcy Richards, who was stationed on the edge of the defensive arc. Able to lock up in the tackle. Walsh alongside his direct opponent for the afternoon. As John said, a 20-point lead to the Borough. 25-minute mark of this second term. Oscar White's been great for South Bendigo. Takes it off the pack, gets the clearance, kick up toward half forward. Strubens battles with Hanley. Ball spills to ground level. Hanley goes back in, got grabbed by Marr. Matt Vittoriti says mine. Just on the front edge of the centre square. Bloods into attack, looking to cut into this margin. They would love 1 or maybe 2 before half-time.
McGregor Cameron tapped it to White. White a little handball to Langley. He'll go back in order to go forward. It went to Smith. Smith now to the top of the square. Juggling Mark Cooper-Leon at the top of the square. And he plays on quickly. The Borough got caught napping and he popped it through. So, they tighten it up now to a 14-point margin. Awesome mark there, really, to Cooper-Leon. It is now 4-6-30 to 6-8-44. Only a couple of minutes must be remaining in the first half of this elimination final. Footy fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
Yeah, that was good work by South Bendigo around the stoppage. They were able to fire the handballs out. Finally, it got to Langley, who's been a little bit quiet this quarter. He got the ball in quick, and the Eaglehawk defenders were a little bit nervous, and Cooper-Leon took a good chest mark.
A terrific mark from Leon. Back-to-back goals for the first time today for South Bendigo. They might have the clearance again here. Haddo feeds it to Hare by hand. Hare away to White. White low kick to centre half forward. Leon strong hands again. Will he get a free? Yes. Centre half forward. Cooper-Leon's got the ball. He is right at the top of the 50. Lead from Harvey. Strubens going back long. Leon might think he's got the journey. He fluffed his lines in a similar distance in the opening term. He lets this one go. It's long, it's away to the right. It bounces just inside the field of play, and Stephen Strubens turns around at him and gives him a good long look.
Probably a good result for South Bendigo. At least it's still in the forward line and not being kicked in because it went through for a point.
Toss in deep forward. 27 minutes gone, second term. Bloods with the last 2. They trail by 14 points.
Cooper-Leon's playing like a key position forward at the moment. He's the target down here. He looks like the likely one to kick a goal. Picked up by the Borough through Wheeler. Short little one along the ground. It'll go out of bounds. It was Davis that swooped on it. Put it out. It was a defensive bit of work. We'll have another ball in. 70 out from home for the Bloods. Ball in broadcast side. Bathed in sunshine, the QEO. Elimination final. What a start to the final series weather-wise we've got. I think this happened last year, Joel, and we ended up with in a horrific grand final. Let's not wish that upon us. McGregor Cameron grabs it out of the ruck. Then he kicks it long. He'll kick it to the top of the square. Harvey will be his target. Strubens as well. We're still at the top there. Collected by Thompson. He goes over the top to Mullen, and Eaglehawk are away.
Mullen waits the kick nicely for Wheeler. He's got an option in Hurd out wide. Instead, he comes into the corridor for Dalgleish, and the run of Joel Mullen cruising past. Kick ricochets its way up towards centre half forward. Richards was up. Walsh got there first. Handball away to Cameron, who's covering some ground for the Bloods. Worked hard to get back behind the ball. He's wrapped up and brought to ground. We'll have a ball up centre half forward for Eaglehawk. 6-8 to 4-6. Beautiful day for footy, as Johnny said. And it's been a really entertaining, physical, fierce elimination final thus far. At the stoppage, Bloods with the takeaway. Maher got it to White, got it to Haddo by hand. Long kick to half forward. Hanley dropped what he should have taken, but had enough time and composure to mop things up for the Borough at half back. Then got around his opponent, kicked out wide, floated it out of bounds on the full. And so the free kick will be taken by Horbury right on halfway, out of sight for the Bloods.
He's been workmanlike, Horbury, too. I'm liking his game. He always is, let's be honest. Horbury, outer side wing, swimming pool side. Holds onto the footy for a long time. Then he dumps it line. He's looking for Johnson. Back of the pack, Struben. Got the ball. It was okay. Keck getting involved towards the boundary line. They'll kill it here. Eaglehawk, they should have. It was long for the Bloods getting involved as well. 49
got a free kick
got
here.
a free kick to South here, I reckon.
Yeah, I think he said that Mullins just dropped the ball and didn't try to dispose of it properly, correctly.
Well, Cooper Leon's trying to claim it.
No, just getting it for Keck.
Keck's not a bad man to have it in the hands of either.
He could touch the guy sitting in the crowd.
He could touch the netballers just about from over there, Johnny. He's that far in that pocket.
Keck now opens up the angle a little bit. It's Goldwood. It's not good enough. Good effort, though. Another minor score. And that takes it to 4-7-31 Bloods. Trailing Eaglehawk 6-8, 44. 30 minutes have ticked over in this first half, in this second quarter of the elimination final. Footy fresh as Bendigo Football Live.
So first quarter went about 28.5. We had 4 goals kicked in that first term. We've had 5 goals kicked here in the second. We've gone 30.5, and we had a couple of little bit of longer interruptions here in this second quarter. Mark taken by Mullen at halfback. Kicks it straight to Horbury, who's been prolific for South. They need to go, and they need to go quickly. Keck hands it off to White. White running through the 50. Kicks to full forward. The rise from Harvey turned around, and he either wanted the free kick or wasn't happy with the delivery. Ball rolls out of play. It'll be tossed back in. Right forward pocket for South Bendigo.
He's probably not happy with the delivery, although he just didn't quite get high enough to get his hands on the ball. It just went over the top of the fingertips.
31 minutes played here in this second term. Eaglehawk led by as many as 25 points. Bloods with the last 2. Ball spun back in. Johnston in ruck for South Bendigo. Hanley with a handball out of the danger area, at least for now. Wheeler grabbed by a couple, tried to get the kick away. Maher takes it for the Bloods. He's accosted. McGregor walks it over the line. Maher comes at him. Now Wheeler's in there for a bit of push and shove. That's all about nothing. I'd say that's file that one in the unnecessary department from Noah Wheeler. And we'll have a toss in at the junction of the 50 and the boundary.
50 metres from home, the Bloods. They'd be looking to get one here just before half-time. Almost 32 minutes have ticked over. McGregor Cameron tapped it back inside forward 50. He was looking for the corridor.
But trip been paid.
It'll go to Thompson. This is Ben Thompson. He's been good this afternoon. Thompson now. It's a long, high ball. I'm not sure whether that was effective. Comes off hands. Back of the pack. Hurry kick by O'Shaughnessy. But the boundary umpire was creeping behind him and said, no, you put that out of bounds. And we'll have a ball in. True centre wing, broadcast side, 44, playing 31. Eaglehawk lead, 32.5 minutes second term.
There'll be a hell of a lot longer left. Boundary umpire to spin it back into play on the Sun. And the Sun on the grandstand side. Holmes didn't get the better of the tap. Cameron did, got straight to him. Now the Borough with a late chance inside forward 50. Long kick from Wheeler, gets out the back. Torpy's desperate to see it through for a rush behind. And does. Minor score takes the lead to 14 for Eaglehawk. 33 minutes played in the second term. Footy fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
Torpy will go short. It's a short pass. Spots up a teammate in the back pocket. Long kick. Oh, out of bounds on full. It's gone into the grandstand, hasn't it? Jeez, we need to be careful here, South Bendigo, giving up opportunities like this deep in red time in the second term of it.
Characteristic from the skipper.
Elimination final. It was Hare. Now it's a long kick. Forward by Bennett. Top of the square. Good, strong defensive mark by McGregor Cameron.
O'Shaughnessy gave him all he could handle there in terms of contesting that mark, though.
This is the most dominant I've seen McGregor Cameron play, Joel.
Yep, he's been terrific.
He'll go into the back pocket. Very deep. Haddo ended up with the footy, but it didn't matter. So that's the halftime siren. Very, very entertaining game of football here. Who knows which way it'll go. Eaglehawk, they lead at halftime, 6-9-45 to South Bendigo, the Bloods, 4-7-31.
Well, they really jumped away in that term, did the Borough. They kicked 3 straight goals to start the quarter, but they were able to peg them back, South Bendigo, with the last 2 of that term and narrow the gap to 14 points at halftime. Eaglehawk led by as many as 25 points in that quarter.
It feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home. A place for you, a place for now. And Berry plant will show you how. Turn the key and flick the light. Bendigo, you know it's right. Feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home. feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home. A place for you, a place for now. And berry plant will show you how. Turn the key and flick the light. Bendigo, you know it's right. Feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home.
And he was trying to kick goals that were probably a little bit out of his range, I suspect.
That's probably been maybe even the three best players on the ground in some order. White, Horbury and Cameron.
Yeah.
They've been outstanding for South Bendigo, all of them. And they just haven't been able to fire inside 50. If you were trying to get Steve Strubens involved in the game, Norm, because we know how damaging he can be, is there a lever you could pull if you were Nathan Horbury to get him into the contest a little bit more?
Well, it's worth a chance of putting him on the ball and letting him run around, get a few touches.
Do they need him there, though? Because their on-ball brigade's been pretty good.
They don't need him there, but that might be a way of getting him to get a few touches and then go back in the forward line and get a mismatch.
It'll be a fascinating one to watch throughout the second half. We are underway in the third quarter. Eaglehawk by 14 points. Here's John Hunter.
And winging out of the middle, it'll be Wheeler for the Borough, and they're going to have a first shot at goal because McLashan, a diving mark. It was almost like training drill, getting that inside forward 50. It was under 10 seconds, I reckon, and he'll have a shot at goal, McLashan. Been relatively quiet, 45-degree angle.
Yes, hasn't had to do a lot today, but he's had his chance then, and then now he's got his chance to put his first on the board.
We think it's the scoring end. If you can judge the win by that, we'll go with it. McLashan poked at it, and he leant back, Norm. We've been saying it all year.
Yeah.
Wasn't a natural kick at goal, was it?
It wasn't, and players, for some reason, they've just got to kick like they're kicking around the ground, but they don't.
46 playing 31. Under a minute, opening term, third term.
So we've had lightning starts in each of the quarters. South with a behind in the opening minute of the first term. Darcy Richards kicked a goal within 20 seconds of the second term, and McLashan with a score there. Hurd does a bit of good work inside the forward 50 for Eaglehawk and brings the ball to a stoppage. It'll be thrown in the right forward pocket. 45 metres around from the Borough goal. Half-time in the BFNL thanks to Paul Wicks. Trentham 10-7-67 lead Malden 4-3-27. So big lead to the Saints in that one. Winner to play Harcourt next week. Tumbled out a defensive 50 by Haddo at the stoppage. Bounces its way toward Langley, who can't keep it in. And it'll be thrown in between the wing and half forward for Eaglehawk. They kick to the city end in this term, which, as Johnny said, has been the end the wind has favoured, but not necessarily the scoring end, with the Borough kicking 4 goals to the other end of the ground in that second quarter. Bounces around at the stoppage. Cameron got first hands to it. Taggart had a play at it. So too Keck. Wheeler extracted it. Now Williams kicks inside the 50. Great mark, O'Shannessy. He was entangled with Zach Hare, and somehow he was able to pluck that out in front of his face, and he's got a kick from just inside the 50 on a 45-degree angle to the right.
Yes, he had a chance like this early in the first quarter and didn't judge the win correctly.
And a free kick downfield. Van Humen perhaps holding on to McLashan.
Pleading his case, wasn't he?
He looks perplexed with that, does Andy Van Humen. And O'Shannessy gives his opportunity up and cedes it to his co-captain, who missed a shot in the opening minute. Hasn't played since round 13, Cam McLashan. Back into the team from a knee injury. Can he straighten up in front of the sticks? He can. And the Borough land the first blow in the second half. They push the margin back out to 21 points, 7-10-52 to the Bloods, 4-7-31. Cam McLashan's first of the afternoon.
Yes, and that was the thing South Bendigo didn't want. They didn't want an early goal to Eaglehawk. It's put the pressure back on them through the midfield. But O'Shannessy, what an excellent mark. You know, he's still only a kid, but he plays like an adult in many ways. He's still in his late teens and plenty of skill, knows where to go to find the football.
Back in the middle. McGregor, a double-handed fist into the path of Haddo. Haddo's got time and space. He'll go inside forward 50. Cooper Leon, it hit him on the chest and just rebounded, and that was just a little opportunity for Cooper Leon to grab and didn't. Now we've got a stoppage and it'll be a ball up. I think his target might have been Johnson, and it was just overcooked a little. McGregor Cameron wins it. In fact, it was Johnson that was doing the ruck work on that occasion. It'll be another stoppage. Camped deep in the forward zone for South Bendigo. They need to capitalise here. 52 playing 31. They trail. Johnson wins the tap again. Picked up nicely by the Borough, and Davis kicks it long to the outer side wing.
It's a long ball up toward McGlashan in the pack. Hare was at the front of it. Couldn't keep it in. It'll be a ball up on the outer side. Johnson was doing the work out in front of his brother. Former Golden Square sharpshooter Dylan Johnston's just sitting behind the fence in that forward pocket. Prolific goal kicker for the Dogs in his time in blue and gold. Borough inside forward 50. Torpy has front spot. Works Hurd away from the ball. It's going to be a free kick to the Bloods defender. The son of Neil, long-time assistant coach and player with the Bloods. Chips out wide toward McCaig, one of the young players who's made his way up through the Bloods junior program. McCaig to Walsh, and they've tried to switch here, South. Doesn't look like they've got a lot on up the ground. Taggart's a good option. That's where the kick is floated toward, and then he pinpoints one to Alex Smith, who's marked just in front of the Eaglehawk interchange.
Now you look to go corridor. That's safe. McCaig received. Now they're going to switch it again. So they've zigzagged.
Nicely worked.
They have, and it's been effective and finds Haddo. Haddo now swimming side wing. He'll go short towards the boundary line. That was okay to Hare. Hare handball was ineffective. Bursting his way through the pack there was Hanley of Eaglehawk. Still 70 out from goal. They'll share it around. A little bit of a hack kick out of the air by Hare. And in fact, he might have booted it out of bounds on the full. And he has. The free kick is going with Eaglehawk.
In front of the bar that the South Volunteers are running on the outer side there. Blake McGregor to take it for the Borough. Kicks a long ball up the line. Gee, a big fly in that pack from O'Shannessy. Couldn't take the mark. Davis pinched the handball though for the Borough. Nice bit of work, a heads up play. Got it to Hurd, kicks toward the pocket. McGlashan slipped over, still took the ball. Van Human took him down. And across the boundary line it goes for a throw in. It'll be tossed back in the pocket. 6.5 gone third term on Footy Fresh. Eaglehawk 7-10-52. The Bloods 4-7-31. First goal of this third term to the Borough through Cam McGlashan at the 3-minute mark.
And they attack here, the Borough. Hurried kick towards Richards. Richards tracks it towards the boundary line. And good defensive play by Walsh of the Bloods. And we'll have another ball in. 20 metres around from goal. Underneath the scoreboard, the ball is thrown in. McGregor Cameron. Dalgleish did okay. Hurried kick out of the pack. It was by Davis. Goes goalward. They need to kill it. Van Human did. Put it through for a minor score.
How did that not bounce through?
53 playing 31. 7 minutes gone third term. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
He's a bit stiff there, Lewin Davis. Kick in from Torpy. Straight down the throat of Hurd for the Borough. Frees the hands. Got it to Wheeler. Eyes the sticks and drills it. Noah Wheeler makes them pay full toll from the error coming in from full back. And the lead for Eaglehawk out to a new game high of 28. 8-11-59 to the Bloods. 4-7-31. 8 gone third term. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Finals Football Live.
Yes, good work from Noah Wheeler there. Poor kick out of defence by South Bendigo after that point. And Wheeler, he had two South Bendigo players that he had to decide which to go to. He picked the right one, was able to knock the ball to ground, follow up and kick an easy goal.
For the second time in this elimination final, it's danger time for the Bloods. Can they respond? In the middle, McGregor Cameron. Looks like they've got the numbers here. Evans through the Borough. Goes to half forward. Nice mark. It was strong. It might be McGregor for Eaglehawk. Now they're away receiving a handball will be Davis. Goes long, goalward. It's way off target. Minor score. They're peppering. Danger, danger, danger here for the Bloods. 60 playing 31. 29-point margin. 8.5 gone in the third term elimination final. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
Yeah, that was excellent body work by Ben Thompson back in the centre of the ground to take that easy chest mark.
They're just starting to really get on top around the middle now. The Borough. Torpy spins it in his hands. Needs to be a little bit more assured with this kick in than the last. He darts it outside the defensive 50, finds its marker in White. White kicks long up the line for the Bloods, and it was sort of in between Johnston and Leon, and easily marked by Jackson. Hands off to Holmes, who comes cruising past. Kicks down the line. Langley stands in front of Marciano, who gives away a free. Eaglehawk coaches can't believe that. May not have been watching. Can't find any other reason that they couldn't have seen the free kick there, as Langley chips it short to Haddo. Perhaps aside a little bit of partisanship from those coaching staff. Short kick to Walsh from Haddo. Had to give it back by hand because it didn't travel the required distance, and now they go all the way back to the defensive goal square, the Bloods. Torpy chipped short to Horbury, who can orchestrate them out of defensive 50.
He'll look to bring it down the outer side and coughed it right up. Again, it's Bolger with the footy for Eaglehawk. That's an awkward-looking kick. It was a bullet ball to the back of the pack, sitting there, unchecked, unmanned was Davis, and that was an opportunity missed by Eaglehawk. He had a little bit of a gift then. I'm not sure he knew what to do with it, Joel, just through surprise, really. So it's a 30-point margin. The Borough lead, 11 minutes gone, third term.
Yeah, and Lewin Davis there, he had more time than what he thought. He's the leading goal kicker for Eaglehawk this year with 34. Hasn't hit the scoreboard today, but had his opportunity there, wasn't good enough, and South Bendigo lived to fight another day, and we're going to be waiting a while for this ball to come. Here it comes back over the fence.
Somewhere in the art gallery.
It was out in the car park, but it's back now, which is good.
No, Normally I've got to take umbrage to something you said there. Lewin Davis hasn't hit the scoreboard today. He's kicked 4 points.
Oh, well, he has, yeah, but he hasn't kicked a goal yet. He's still stuck on 34. He might get a goal with the number 2 points.
Exactly right. That's the way that he's going at the moment. But he's been back to some of his best after a down day, and Horbury's run too far. He was cruising in from fullback, and the coach puts his hands to his knees and looks up in frustration. He's galloped in too far from the defensive goal square. Well, it would be a coach killer if he wasn't the coach.
That's right. But who's better hands to have it in today than Darcy Richards, who's the only multiple goal kicker for Eaglehawk so far?
3 on the day for Richards. And a shot from 40 metres out, just better than a 45-degree angle to the right. This to make it a 36-point ball game. Starts left, stays there, despite Richards' best efforts to lean it back to the right. 31 points the spread, and it is a direct doubling of scores. 8-14 to 4-7. We're 12 minutes through the third.
And interesting that Torpy's now got the job back of kicking in from fullback after those last 2 poor kick-outs from South Bendigo.
Torpy, he usually does the kicking in. Look to send it swimming pool side. It's a long, long left footer. McGregor Cameron is the target. Hands on the footy, juggling, and he got held. So he'll get a free kick. So the big ruckman, McGregor Cameron, been good this afternoon. Dishes it off by hand to Van Human. Kicks it down the line looking for Johnson. Hit him on the chest, rebounded, but it will be a turnover now. Thompson takes a mark. This is Ben for Eaglehawk. Sends it back inside forward 50. Looking for Richards. Front position. Oh, it bounces into an open paddock. Who will win the foot race for it? It will be Bolger. Bolger goes and hits the post. Wow. Geez, that was exciting stuff. In fact, it might have been Hurd that kicked it. They both got the green boots on. 60 playing 31. 13 minutes gone, third term.
The Bloods could take it right up the middle. Kick into Horbury. Hands off to White. Kick down toward Johnston, who was paid the free kick. In fact, it's kick in the centre of the ground. They really need to get their skates on down. They're facing an absolute mountain to climb. Down by 32 points. Now they try and move it forward. Van Humen's kick inside the 50. Slipping over was Johnston. John Norton said there was some contact with the lower part of the leg. He chips it short and finds Strubens.
Here it is, Joel.
The goal sneak's marked 40 metres out, slight angle to the right. He hasn't seen too much of it today, Stephen Strubens, but he's kicked 55 on the season thus far.
Yes, it's his first real chance today, and it was good work there by Dylan Johnson, because Strubens was on the lead. He lowered his eyes and he hit him up.
It's a long way out to be a must kick, but it is close, this, for Stephen Strubens. Strikes it on the right boot. Did not like it as soon as he made contact with that. Had plenty of carry, but as soon as he struck it, he turned around and went looking for the mouthguard to pull it out of his sock. 31 points the margin. Eaglehawk 8-15. South Bendigo 4-8. We're 14 minutes through the third on Footy Fresh.
Clayton Holmes for the Borough. Comes broadcast side. Long ball. His target is Ben Thompson. But defensively, the Bloods kill it. And it goes over the boundary line and a ball in. Just marginally forward of centre wing, the throw in. Halfway between centre wing and half forward. Left half forward. Strubens needed to kick that goal. You just sense it's just starting to get out of reach. McGregor Cameron, double-handed fist to Cooper Leon. He gets tackled well by Dill Williams. And another stoppage. Centre wing, Footy Fresh has Bendigo Football Live, 63 playing 32, halfway through the third term.
Still in the sunshine here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Free kicking advantage taken by Ben Thompson for Eaglehawk. Drives them inside the 50. Another free. It'll go to the Bloods. Tate Poyser's a little bit sore behind the plate. And it's going to Torpy, who was held onto by Billy Evans. He's got it in the left back pocket for South Bendigo. He plays on. Kicks a long left football outside the defensive 50. Cameron the target. Couldn't. Gregor chases it toward the boundary line. Keck gives him a shove over. And they can't keep it inside the field of play. It'll be tossed back in from right in front of us. 8-15 to 4-8. 31-point lead to Eaglehawk. In the other games, it was a 2-point lead to Mount Pleasant at half-time and a 40-point lead to Trentham at half-time. Cameron's having a bit of an argument with Matt Vittoriti here. Didn't like the call. Didn't give the ball back as well, so he might have been a bit lucky not to give away a 50
not
there.
To be 50 there.
He ragged old Clayton. That's what he did. And McGregor Cameron was saying, well, I'm just stronger than him, that's all. As Holmes plays on. Oh, I think he spotted up deliberately. McGlashan come from nowhere. And it was a perfect kick to hit him on the chest.
I can't give you deliberate there, Johnny. I
No,
reckon
no,
there was
no.
about 4 South blokes that didn't go at it.
Oh, it's a poor kick by McGlashan now. Went to White. Turnover. Bloods have got it now. Cooper Leon. Another turn on because Leon kicked it straight back to Holmes. Let's see if he can do it again.
He's not going to. He's going to hand it off to Bennett. Bennett's going to spear it inside the 50. And this time, a South Bendigo player attacks the ball, and it's Poyser, the young defender. He's got it 20 metres out from his defensive goal. 31-point lead of Eaglehawk. Poyser, it's a dangerous kick across the face of goal. O'Shaughnessy collides with Torpy. It fell at the lap of O'Shaughnessy, who was grabbed while he was still on the ground, but he did well to force the 50-50 there, did the young Eaglehawk forward. Took a hit, straight back onto the play. And we'll have a ball up 30 metres out from the Eaglehawk goal. Another one here would make it nigh on impossible for the Bloods. But White scoots away with the clearance for South Bendigo. Kicks up the line. Johnston, in fact, Langley the target, did beautifully. Handed it off to Strubens. 2 bounces, he gets to 70 metres out. He overcooked the kick badly. Gave Harvey no chance. And Madden took a mark that was uncontested in the end.
Went to Bennett, and that's another turnover. Pushed downfield. So the result of all that, it's going to be a free kick to Ben Thompson on centre wing for Eaglehawk. A couple of errors slipping into this game. Ben Thompson goes short to Blake McGregor. No real advantage gained with that kick. McGregor, Eaglehawk. Now he kicks it to half forward. They'll set themselves. McGregor Cameron is there. He might have got one for a hold and did. So,
No, it wasn't.
no, it was in fact Taggart. Taggart, short pass. They say to play on. Hare's collared. It will be either a free kick or a ball up. It's the latter. Stoppage on right half forward. Eaglehawk into attack. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Football Live, 63, playing 32, almost three-quarter time.
Cameron goes upstairs, wins it back down decisively. Toe poked out of the contest for the Borough inside the forward 50. O'Shannessy led it behind. Torpy was there at the right time. Handball to Smith. Smith's kick is a beautiful one that releases Horbury. Running through the centre of the ground. Didn't go too far that time. Spears the kick to Keck at centre half forward for the Bloods. Keck looks wide. Just found his target in the end. Working across the ground is Long. Long 55 from home. Kicks to full forward. Delightful delivery. And Hattow's on the end of it in the left forward pocket. Wouldn't be any more than 20 metres from home.
Yes, excellent kick from Long there. He certainly
should kick this. Comes around and does. Needed to deliver there, Brodie Hatto. And he certainly did. 12th goal of the season. And it is South Bendigo's first of the second half. And it keeps them within touching distance here of Eaglehawk. 5-8-38 the Bloods, 8-15-63 Eaglehawk. So the mark 25 points as we tick toward time on in the third.
Yeah, good work by Matty Long then. He had to work hard to take the mark, but then the kicking, it was perfect. It was pinpoint to Haddo, who had made his way into the forward line and found space. He kicked it to the fat side of the ground for Haddo, and Long definitely hasn't been South's worst today.
For the restart. And the Bloods will have the City End final term, which has got the breeze. McGregor put it down the throat of Cooper Leon. He handballed it to Keck. Keck will go to the top of the goal square. Harvey's there. Good strong tackling. Picked up by Johnson. Can he find a gap? He gave it to Strubens by hand. And he goes around the body and sneakers at a minus score.
Free kick to Eaglehawk, but I thought there was a free kicking the marking contest first where Eaglehawk pushed the South player forward, but nothing doing from the umpires.
So Hanley takes the free kick, plays on short to Wheeler, and Eaglehawk away through the middle of the ground. Mullen's got it. He has Hurd in the centre circles, looks him off, comes out to right half forward. Nice delivery, finds Marciano. He's got Richards on a long lead out of the goal square. Richards can't quite take the mark. Walsh right there with him. They drag each other to the ground. And it's not coming away. Darcy Richards had a long, hard look at someone then. I'm not quite sure who.
No, I was trying to work out because the person that passed it to him was standing beside him.
And he wasn't really looking at the coach. He was sort of looking up toward the grandstand or something. It'll be tossed back in. Right half forward. 25-point lead to Eaglehawk, who are into attack. Cameron with two hands in ruck. Davis on the end of it. White's been terrific for South Bendigo. Oh, Keck's got an awkward one there. He's pretty unlucky there, Lewin Davis. Keck slipped over, I reckon, might have sort of slid into his knee. And John Norton said that Lewin Davis caught Will Keck high. I'm not sure he did, but John Norton was blindsided, and it'll be a free kick to Will Keck between the wing and half-back for the Bloods on the grandstand side.
I think Johnny Norton felt sorry for him, Joel, as Keck goes long now to half-forward. They'll set themselves.
Grab.
Good, strong mark. It's Thompson, Ben, one of the brothers. He'll come laterally across half-back. They'll move it nicely. On the end of one now is Sam Thompson. He'll go into the middle. McGregor, Cameron's there, though. Why go to him? Now he strongly tackles in the middle. But good work emerges now through Hurd. Long kick inside forward 50. Tried to get at his ankles was Evans. He's still in the contest. He receives. Short pass now to Marciano. And they go goalward at goal. O'Shannessy was on the end of the handball and popped it through just for one to straighten up the Borough. Almost at three-quarter time. 22 and a half minutes have gone in this third term. 9-15-69 to 5-8-38. Footy fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
And that was good work by Billy Evans then. He kept the ball in front of himself. It finally got a good bounce. Nice handball to Marciano, who slipped a lovely handball into O'Shannessy, who made no mistake from 30 metres out, running in on a 30-degree angle.
And probably 10 minutes of control in the ball game just about for South Bendigo.
Yep,
they get a one goal.
Yep.
They got a one-goal one out of it.
Yeah.
And Eaglehawk get a goal straight away as soon as they have their run back. And all of South Bendigo's good work becomes undone.
It's happened 3 times in the quarter so far today.
It's just been the pattern of the game for the Bloods. They haven't been able to generate, when they've had the momentum, those opportunities inside the 50. Wheeler's been superb in the middle for Eaglehawk. Handball to Dalglish. His handball went awry, and then Wheeler ended up with it for the Bloods. Look at Evans just scoop the footy up and wrench it free. Handball away to Davis. Davis kicks inside the 50 for the Borough. Richards with one hand, couldn't take the mark. Did the roving, snapped it goal. Would have been spectacular had he kicked it, but it's across the face and through for a minor score. Margin 32, the equal game high for Eaglehawk. We're at the 23-minute mark of the third term. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
So just waiting for Hare to grab the footy in the pocket. He does. Horbury hasn't had a go of it since he ran too far some 15 minutes ago. Haven't really spotted him since then, to be honest. Hare now plays on from fullback. Now he drives it long to the outer side. Big crowd on that side to McGregor Cameron. Sharks his own footy. Gives it to Horbury by hand. Horbury goes backward to Walsh. Walsh now of the Bloods down the wing, outer side. It's going to be a turnover. Holmes dishes it off now to Thompson and comes into the middle.
Bloods had no one inside 50 then. How they could be that poorly set up from a kick-in is rather strange. The Borough back toward half forward. Richards toe pokes it. Cameron said that a lot today, and then Smith got grabbed by Ben Thompson, caught holding the ball. The Borough away, they're everywhere, lining up O'Shannessy over the top. McGlashan for his second. Eaglehawk lead by 38. The Borough really kicked away in this third term, and now it's out to a new game high lead, greater than 6 goals. 10-16, 76 Eaglehawk. South Bendigo 5-8, 38. 25 minutes played, third term.
Yes, no talk from South Bendigo out there. No player awareness for Alex Smith. He was mowed down from behind by Ben Thompson with a perfect tackle. The ball jarred free. Eaglehawk had everybody out in front of the ball and made no mistake.
Nothing to lose now, the Bloods. They must go hard. McGregor Cameron taps it to Haddo, but it's going to be another turnover. Numbers are with Eaglehawk. It's just somehow managed to roll towards half forward. Thompson ends up on the end of it. There's somebody down there for the Bloods. It might be Cooper Leon. Right into the goal square. Taggart kills it for a minor score. 77 now. Eaglehawk, 38 Bloods. 26 minutes gone. Third term, Footy Fresh as Bendigo Football Live.
27 scoring shots, Norm.
It is to only 13.
Eaglehawk have kicked 10 goals in the past 2 weeks combined, and they've kicked 10-17 today. You could argue, as much as South have had their chances, Eaglehawk could also be further in front. Cameron picks it up beautifully, hands it off to Zach Sims, running through the centre of the QEO. Chips short to Keck. Keck's marked at 70 metres from home. Finds Leon by foot at centre half forward. Leon goes inside the 50, and Sims has kept moving. He's marked at 45 metres out, directly in front.
Geez, you've got to love that running, don't you? Good hard running.
Only the second time today that we've seen South Bendigo able to enter their forward 50 with a low pass on a direct line of play.
I haven't really found any of them to their 2 big guns up front in Strubens or Harvey. It's been others, and Zach Sims is one of those. Just 2 goals on the season for Sims from his 10 games. He'll have to kick it from 45 metres out. Got very close to the player on the mark. Almost out of bounds on the full. Johnston barrels over Haddo in the pocket for the Bloods. Neither can mark. And it'll be tossed back in. Right forward pocket. South attacking to the Barnard Street end in this third term. They trail by 39 points. 10-17 to 5-8. The 27.5-minute mark of the term.
Yes, I think Sims there got caught with a play-on call from the umpire, and it meant the man on the mark was able to move.
Johnson in the ruck for the Bloods against Holmes. Johnson wins to the front of the pack, but it's Davis did well. Eaglehawk will emerge. In fact, now it's dispute. It spills out. Cameron Cooper Leon had a shot at goal around the body. He's been prominent down there at times. Puts it through for a minor score. So it goes now to 5-9-39 to 10-17-77. 28 minutes gone.
So they'll keep it moving here, Eaglehawk. 38 points the margin. 28 minutes gone in this third term. Torpy got a big ride. Cameron stood in front of it all and juggled the mark, did he?
Yes.
Handed it off to White. White on the left boot inside the 50 for the Bloods. And again, they defensively line up. This is a mark to Jack Thompson, who's taken it inside the defensive 50 for Eaglehawk. They've been solid back there today. Have the Borough. In some respects, they've looked a different team from last week, but in a lot of respects, the opposition just hasn't been up to the required quality. Thompson. This is Sam Thompson, a long-looking, searching ball to half-forward. Hurd kicks inside the 50 now, looking for Richards. Walsh there with him once more, who's done a good job in this second half so far. Scooping it up is Mullen, eyeing the sticks and missing. Just away to the left-hand side for Joel Mullen. Margin back out to 39 points. 29 minutes played third term. Borough well and truly in charge.
Yes, it's becoming far too easy for Eaglehawk. It's like a training drill at present, coming from one end of the ground to the other.
Horbury went to tag it from the kick in, and then Horbury received it back and then kicks it to Cooper Leon. Taking a mark too deep was Zach Sims, getting a couple of possessions in this game. He gives it by hand to Horbury. Horbury didn't really look. It went into the direction generally of Johnson. Now Johnson dives in on it. Picked up by Cooper Leon, around the body, looks for Brock Harvey, overruns the footy. Madden collects, they'll mop up. It's a long kick in the direction of Thompson. Awkward bounce. Horbury, they've got the numbers though. It was Torpy. Torpy then by hand to Horbury. Bloods will go forward. Can they get another one on the board here? Little handball over the top to McCaig. Short pass, spots up White. White will go goalward and put it through. Are they done yet? Are they done yet? It's a long way to go. Still 30 minutes of football remaining. 6-9-45. The Bloods, they trail 10-18-78. Ticked over. 30 minutes. Footy fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
Yes, good running by the coach then, Horbury. He started that with a kick in, got a handball, another kick forward, ended up with another handball, and then a lovely little passage of play with the kick to Will McCaig, who got it onto Oscar White, and Oscar White made no mistake on the run from 40 metres out.
He's had a good day, Oscar White. It's been great for the Bloods all season. 29 and 9 tackles last week, and he's been terrific again today with the lion's share of the clearances. Speaking of which, Wheeler takes it away from the middle. There's a free kick off the footy here.
Now going to Cooper Leon, it was in the he attacked there. He was held off the ball
because it was paid by the out of zone umpire.
Yeah.
The whistle came from a long way off the ball, so I thought it might have been off the ball. Good spotting, Norman.
No, the umpire that saw it was side on to the play. And,
Cooper Leon kicked that to the umpire.
Yeah, he did.
He did, didn't he?
That was weird. What on earth was he doing there anyway?
He
Leon's
called for it.
decided to
If you call for the footy, that's what happens, Joel.
kick it out wide to Van Humen. He's just an obliging, sort of friendly kind of guy, is Leon. And now he gets it back, gets the kick away inside the 50. Harvey charging up at it, just threw a boot at it in frustration because the siren beat the South Bendigo advance. And they squeezed in the last of that term, did South Bendigo. They've got a big road ahead of them here in this final quarter if they're to progress in season 2023. Three-quarter time at the Queen Elizabeth Oval, and it is Eaglehawk 10-18-78, leading South Bendigo 6-9-45.
It feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home. A place for you, a place for now. And Berry plant will show you how. Turn the key and flick the light. Bendigo, you know it's right. Feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home. feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home. A place for you, a place for now. And berry plant will show you how. Turn the key and flick the light. Bendigo, you know it's right. Feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home.
6:36. Of course, Mount Pleasant coming from the elimination final. North Bendigo played in the qualifying final last week, having finished third. So the Dogs have got a bit of work to do to avoid going out in straight sets, trailing by 31 points at three-quarter time in the HDFL. Goal kickers here at the QEO. Darcy Richards has 3 for Eaglehawk. Cam McGlashan has a couple. Billy Evans, Dylan Williams, Dylan Hurd, and Jack O'Shannessy with a couple as well. And for South Bendigo, goals to Harvey, to Leon, to Van Humen, to White, to Haddo, and to Keck. Who's impressed you for the Borough, Norm?
Noah Wheeler continued on his merry way in that quarter, getting plenty of ball out of the midfield, as did Billy Evans. Richards up forward, he's become the real focal point up there. Mullins run out of defence and on the wing's been good, as too has Ben Thompson, and McGlashan came into the game in that quarter.
Hasn't really changed much for South Bendigo. I still think the best man on the ground. Juggling it between Mac Cameron and Oscar White. And Cooper Leon, he's been credible and serviceable, but they need more, Joel.
They do indeed. They need a lot more, and they need it in a hurry. 33-point margin to make up here for South Bendigo as we start the opening term. White fights for the footy as he has throughout the game. Leon gets a handball away, looking for Haddo. Has to turn into the tackler and drag down Dalgleish. And we will have another ball up in the centre of the ground. It's been a beautiful day for football here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Typical finals kind of weather. McCaig with a play at it on the wing, but Evans just rips it away from him for the Borough. Kicks toward half forward, juggling the mark once, twice, not paid to Wheeler. Remonstrates with the umpire, and then Mullen had it stripped. Ball on the deck, Bloods take over. Tags kick toward half forward, an awkward one for Keck, who was dragged down. John Norton pays the free kick. Will Keck wants the advantage. He won't be able to take that. He'll have to come back behind his mark at right half forward.
Well, they need to hit the scoreboard in this next minute, just to put a bit of pressure on, just to make it manageable. They've only kicked 6 all day. They're going to have to kick another 6 if they're going to win this elimination final. Poor kick, Keck. Turnover, he kicked it straight to Dill Williams. And now Eaglehawk will clear, and that's a poor kick as well. I reckon that might be out of bounds on the full.
A-grade netball score, Johnny. It is a commanding lead to Castlemaine, 45-24. So the Magpies look destined to keep on flying through 2023 A-grade netball and put the Bloods out in that.
Keck short pass to White, back to Keck. Keck handball forward to Smith. Smith at 51 metres. He'll put it into the corridor. Did not look. Poor Keck. He's kicked it straight to the opposition in Evans. Evans will now go wider. Gee whiz.
He either didn't look or he needs his eyes tested.
Yes, well, he had 3 leading players and he just put the ball up into the corridor, straight to nobody.
Hurd with the footy now. He goes long. That was an unusual looking kicking style. It went a long way. McGregor Cameron, hands on footy. Haddo swoops on it. Now of the Bloods, inside forward 50 again. Good hard lead it was by Johnson. He had a fair bit of it, couldn't mark it. All tied up. 35, well, almost 40 directly in front. Ball up, stoppage, 78 playing 45. 2.5 gone last term.
Up they go. Johnston wants a free kick. He'll get it. He'll get it.
Yeah, the Eaglehawk player saying he shepherded him out, but the Eaglehawk player didn't even give Johnson a chance to jump.
Holmes was draped all over him, coming across the top. And it'll be a free kick to Johnston. Hands it off to Torpy, cruising past, whacks it through. Braden Torpy's given that a good old lashing. His 6th goal of the season, and he gets the first of the last quarter for South Bendigo and pulls it back to a 27-point spread. 7-9 to 10-18. It's 51 plays 78. We're 3 minutes into the final term on Footy Fresh.
Yes, quick thinking from those 2 South Bendigo players. Dylan Johnson after he got the free kick, and Braden Torpy to cruise past and have a free shot at goal on the move.
Hard on the sleeve now now for South Bendigo. You must go forward and must go forward quickly. McGregor, Cameron, they've got a chance now through Haddo, inside forward 50. The footy will be Keck. Will it sit for him? He grabs the footy. Sam Thompson did well of the Borough, tied him up. And 38 metres again out from the Bloods goal. Can they get another one? 3.5 minutes, final term, 78 playing 51.
Johnston wins it down. Strubens roves it beautifully, curls it toward goal. How does it bounce? Miraculously! That is a Stephen Strubens stunner. And all of a sudden, South Bendigo's pulse really begins to race. Back to 21 points. And we've seen the Borough fall from in front numerous times this season. 4 minutes gone, final term. South 8-9, Eaglehawk 10-18.
Yes, for the listeners out there, Steve Strubens roved that, running to the boundary, Rifle Brigade pocket, snapped it back over his shoulder, hit it perfectly, landed on the belly in the goal square and bounced straight
Can they
through.
do it again? McGregor, Cameron wins the tap out of the ruck. They'll let it go. Haddo, he's got possession. Hurried kick. Strubens is in the middle. He'll go forward. He's got a player on. Harvey takes a chest mark. All of a sudden, the pulse is alive. If he can kick this goal, they're close. Can he do it? Harvey. Kickable goal for Brock Harvey. 78 playing 57. Elimination final. All of a sudden, Eaglehawk looked jittery. To the city end. He's got the breeze behind his back. He's a good, strong goal kicker. We've seen him kick some miraculous goals. What has he done? He's failed on this occasion, hit the post. Boy, oh boy. But they're alive. 58, playing 78. 6 minutes gone, final term, footy fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
Where's this football been all day from South Bendigo? Two excellent entries into their forward 50 to start this last quarter, both low, both the leading players.
It's a sniff for the Bloods. Can they turn it into something a little bit more substantial? Holmes drive it in for Eaglehawk from fullback, whacks it up the line, and Smith plucks it out of the sky. He wants to move it quickly for the Bloods. They're playing with a real sense of urgency to start this final term. They know what's at stake. Leon inside the 50. Upstairs goes Keck. Down low was Haddo. Gets it to full forward. Johnson grabbed without it. Holmes takes it. He throws it on the boot. Haddo gets a hand in on Williams. Williams good enough to go and get it though. Hands it off to Evans. Now to Sam Thompson, dashing through half back.
Oh, he spotted up a play. It was a nice, neat little kick too. It was Daly. Daly of Eaglehawk on half forward. They need a steadier. He goes looking for Richards. It's a poor kick. Intercepting mark. Van Human. He'll go short pass to the coach Horbury. Bloods have possession. Oh, it was an awkward handball that went to the back of McCaig, and now Horbury tries to butter up knowing he made an error, and it goes out of bounds, and it'll be a ball in. 70 from home, from Eaglehawk's home, 20-point margin, 7 minutes gone, final turn.
It's those little moments, isn't it, Norm?
It is, and South need the next one to go their way. They need the next goal to stay right in this contest.
Absolutely they do. Can't afford to let one through here. Cameron down decisively, straight to Ben Thompson though, hooks it around the body. It's high all the way to the goal line. Richards! Richards has pulled it in the goal square. 3 already for Darcy Richards. He's been the focal point up front, and he's latched onto one deep forward at the Barnard Street end. All they can do is wait. Watch him go back to the top of his mark and thump it onto Barnard Street. 4 for Richards on return. And that is the settler that they desperately need at Eaglehawk. 26 points. Their lead again. 11-18-84 to South Bendigo. 8-10-58. 8 minutes played in the final term.
Yeah, good work by Ben Thompson there at the ruck throw up. He worked out that Mac Cameron was going to get the tap down. He was right on the end of it, quick kick forward, and Darcy Richards was always in pole position to take that mark. He was behind the South Bendigo players. He had the choice to let it go through or take the mark. He took the mark and make sure of it.
Plenty of time for another surge. If they can do that again, what they did in the opening couple of minutes. We've got Leon in the middle, McGregor, Cameron, Haddo. They'll need to win it. And of course Smith, who's been good, and White. Up they go. McGregor, Cameron tried to grab it. Leon, handball wide. Can they get through White? Coughed it up, but it was good enough for McGregor, Cameron. He'll spread it wide now. The Bloods, here they come again. Long ball inside forward 50. Harvey might have been held by Madden. Needs to keep his feet, and it'll go out of bounds and it'll be a ball in. Hard up against the point post. The Bloods in attack.
I like that structure more from South Bendigo though, Norm.
Now, yes.
Strubens up at half forward.
They're unlucky there. Eaglehawk have copped a couple of frees today like that when the player's been held when he tried to lead. Harvey tried to lead then and was held back by Madden, and unfortunately the third umpire wasn't quite back in the final third.
So the ball will be tossed back in. Blazing sunshine here at the QEO this afternoon. A little bit chillier now, but it's been a glorious day for footy. Holmes in ruck, free kick picked out by John Norton. It'll go to Eaglehawk, and it'll go to Clayton Holmes, who's played certainly more in defence this afternoon. Haven't really spotted him up front after kicking a couple. He was really all they had up front last week, the Borough. He's been down back this afternoon. Chips it out toward the scoreboard. He made McGregor work for it for a moment, but he takes the mark back pedaling and then kicks an absolute sack down the line. Bounces its way to Marciano, and the Borough are away. Low kick up the line from Thompson. Bouncing ball toward half forward. McGlashan gathered it beautifully to Bolger. And Hank Bolger MC comes up with the diagnosis they needed. Bolger rams it through on the run. And Eaglehawk have got two in a row, and they might have snuffed out the challenge. 12-18-90 to South Bendigo, 8-10-58. Back out to a 32-point spread, 10 minutes gone in the last.
Yes, good work by Eaglehawk then. They've done the transition better than South Bendigo today. They get the ball to a player in the open. It was a poor kick forward, but the work was done by Marciano, who hit it full chested, a lovely handball out, and young Bolger on the end of it, a good goal.
First goal of the season for young Zach Bolger.
Back into the middle, restart, but it'll be Eaglehawk that win it. It'll be through Holmes. Awkward looking kick to half forward. Thompson, he receives a handball. This time it's Ben. He'll put it to the top of the square. Richards is the target. Had a fair bit of it. They under pressure now through Hare, the Bloods. All tied up. Stoppage. Directly in front. Eaglehawk attack. 35 from home. 32-point margin they lead. Still probably 20 minutes remaining in this game.
Up they go in ruck. Thompson and Holmes rode beautifully by Davis. Got the right foot kick away, but out of bounds on the full, it floats. That'll be brought back in by Andy Van Humen. Kicked a goal at this end, did Andy Van Humen in the opening term. His lone goal of the season. It's an awkward kick across the defensive goal square. It skips its way to Haddo. He's got to work himself out of some trouble opposed to Wheeler. Low kick inside the defensive 50. It's gathered in the end by Long. He was tackled by Mullen. And we'll have another ball up inside forward 50 for Eaglehawk. Kicked the last two of the game after the Bloods closed on them to start this term, and the lead's back out to 32.
Holmes grabbed it out of the pack for Eaglehawk, tumbled it forward, goes towards the boundary line, hard up against the post, and that will be a good result for Eaglehawk because we're at the teeth of goal. The Bloods wouldn't want to concede another one here. Umpire will throw it in. Barnard Street in. McGregor Cameron's in the ruck for the Bloods. He taps it to his feet. A lot of players around the footy. And we'll have another stoppage, another ball up. 32-point margin. South Bendigo trail, 12.5 minutes gone, final turn.
Oh, Cameron went out with the knee and collected Holmes there. That was a little bit ungainly. And it's dragged down to a stoppage again. Eaglehawk pretty happy just to sit on this footy inside the forward 50. Cameron grabs it, grabbed by Holmes. And another ball up. No one can get it clear from this contest inside the forward 50 of Eaglehawk. Up at the Barnard Street end, Holmes went straight past it. Free kick, it'll go to Cameron. Holmes, the judge, to have tried to take his run at that ruck contest away. Cameron's handball to Horbury, almost sold him into trouble. McGlashan chases him toward the goal line, pushes him over. Rushed score for the Hawks. We're back to 33 points where we started at the start of the third term. Eaglehawk by that margin.
The kick comes out now to Torpy of the Bloods. He'll come corridor to Strubens, who's playing up the ground. Keck tried to play on with advantage. If it was a mark, you can't play on from advantage for a start. Strubens on right half back for the Bloods. Short pass, spots up Walsh. Walsh looks to dish off by a hand to Van Humen, then ignored it. Then it was a poor kick. Poor kick, turn over to Hanley. Dylan Hanley now of the Bloods. He's in his defensive zone. He'll look to spread it wide to the opposite side of the ground, and he finds Madden.
So three-quarter time score update from Paul Wicks in the BFNL. Trentham 14-8-92 lead Malton 7-7-49. So looking like it'll be Trentham and Harcourt next week. And Carisbrook to take on Natty Bialaba. Free kick at half forward here. Daly's got it for the Hawks. 70 from home. One of the two inclusions to this Eaglehawk team for this week. Jack Daly sends a high ball inside the forward 50. Hurd's given away a free kick. Walsh was standing in front and will earn the free kick for South Bendigo, whose year looks like it'll come to an end in this elimination final. Of course, finalists last year for the first time since 2012. The Bloods moved out to Harry Trott this season, so it's been a season of consequence for them, no doubt about that. Harvey's taken the mark in the centre of the ground. Mark or a free kick either way. It's actually going to be 50 metres here.
Protected zone.
I thought he kicked it before the player had stepped into that zone, but
I reckon it come off his hand. I reckon it come off the defender's hand. I reckon he put it out when Harvey was going to kick it, and it's come off his hand, and it was a smother off the boot, basically. That's what I think happened.
So Brock Harvey, 40 metres out from goal. Hasn't had the best day with the kicking boots. One goal and a couple of misses this afternoon. 40 out, directly in front. Right foot strike is beautiful. Nice kick from Brock Harvey. Goal number 67 on the season. It's been one that's seen him realise the immense potential that lies within. And narrows the gap. South Bendigo 9-10-64. 27 points in arrears of Eaglehawk. 12-19-91. 16 minutes played. Final term footy fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
There's once again another forward 50 entry where South Bendigo lowered their eyes. They've done it in this quarter. If they'd have done it earlier in the game, we could have had a different result at this stage. It might have been a lot closer, and we could be looking at the last 10 to 15 minutes of cliffhanger.
Well, if they could get a quick goal, it'd get it down to 21 points, and that'd just make Eaglehawk sit up and listen again. McGregor Cameron taps it to Haddo. It was good defensive work by Wheeler of Eaglehawk. He'll win it. Then he'll go long to half forward. Didn't really good look. Spills to the back of the pack. Numbers are with South Bendigo. Are they going to cough it up with another turnover? Cooper Leon tracks the footy. He might have got one in the back. He did. Overzealous by O'Shaughnessy. And that'll be a free kick to Cooper Leon.
Even the most cockeyed of South Bendigo supporters would think that this is just about gone. Strubens takes the mark. Oh, he kicks it straight down the throat of Hurd. That wasn't the best of Strubens that we've seen. Hurd turned it over. Picked off by Taggart in defence for the Bloods. On a roaming run out toward right half-back. Lovely looping kick finds Long, who marks at half-back for South Bendigo. His kick in turn not quite as good. Poyser had to ride the bump. Did well to bring McGregor to ground. And then it's going to be a baller. Just defensive side of the wing for South Bendigo. Broadcast side, grandstand side of the ground here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Eaglehawk by 27 points. They led by 2 at quarter time, 14 at half time, 33 at three-quarter time, and South have narrowed the gap by a goal here in this final term so far.
Another stoppage. We haven't at all. McGregor Cameron taps it into the path of was Long. Haddo was offering support. He received the footy, now goes round the body looking for Keck. Thompson did well. This is Sam. Tapped it. I reckon he did that deliberately to Wheeler. Wheeler now short pass. Mullen probably wasn't looking and waiting. Smith might be a turnover again, contested, ground level. Smith picks it up, shovels it out somehow in the direction of Horbury. Horbury overran the footy. Leon went hard, but it's Eaglehawk. They'll emerge and Dill Williams kicks it wide.
It's a flaring ball out toward half forward. O'Shaughnessy's after it, so too Connolly. O'Shaughnessy did well, kept it alive, handed it off to Evans, roams through the 50, looks long and sends the Hawks to the second week of the finals. The co-captain drills one on the run. Second goal for Billy Evans. And the Hawks will advance to face Strathfield Say next week. 13-19-97 to South Bendigo, 9-10-64. 19 minutes played. Final turn. Footy Fresh is Bendigo Football Live.
Yes, Billy Evans has had a great game for Eaglehawk today. It's probably overdue. It's something Eaglehawk needs, and he's finding form at the right time of the year.
The close one's out at Elmore, Johnny. 7 points, Mount Pleasant over North Bendigo. 4 in a row to the Dogs to claw back into the game.
From the restart again, back in the middle, a contested ball through Strubens. Handball to a running Haddo at half forward for the Bloods. Well, he took his eyes off it a little bit then. He saw the oncoming traffic through Bennett, and they'll turn it over now. Ball spills again to the direction of Horbury, the coach. Good, strong tackling daily of Eaglehawk. You can hear the appreciation of the crowd. The coaching bench have a ball up. 64 playing 97. Eaglehawk lead, almost 20 minutes, final turn.
I reckon Jack Daly might have played a couple of games in South Bendigo colours many, many moons ago as well, maybe in under-18 competition. Dylan Williams scoots away from the stoppage, kicks across the centre of the QEO. Bouncing ball out there for Smith. He's scooped up by Joel Mullen, did nicely. Then tried to handball to Bolger, didn't quite find its mark. Smith keeps on moving, did well, Alex Smith. 1 on 2, wasn't in his favour for the Bloods. Now it's picked up by Leon. Leon's kick up toward the wing for Johnston. Johnston hands it off. Cruising through the middle of the ground, McCaig finds Torpy inside forward 50. Unfamiliar territory perhaps, but he can really give it a whack, as we saw in that, or earlier in this quarter. It was the second quarter, Torpy got involved. And so Braden Torpy to have a set shot. What was the start of this quarter?
Start of this quarter, Joel. Yeah.
Going through my own notes, can't keep track, Norm. From right on the 50.
Jeez, he whacked that too,
He
Joel, in your words.
absolutely thumped it, but it's away to the right-hand side for a minor score. 9-11 to 13-9. 32 points is the spread. 21 minutes gone in this final quarter.
And while all that was happening, Coach Horbury hobbled off with cramp and was sitting on the pine to watch the end of this game.
Well, he's got 6 months now to recover, hasn't he?
He has,
There's
yes.
Holmes. Short pass to Mullen. Mullen of the Borough. Shields the sun from his eyes. This game is well and truly over. Still probably 10 minutes to go, but Eaglehawk have done enough. Finds Dill Williams, takes a chest mark on the outer side wing.
BFNL manager Cam Tomlin's just beneath us, Johnny, just confirming that the finals essentially line up again next week as well. So the elimination finals will be on the Sunday, and the qualifying semi, if you like, to go through to the grand final will all be on the Saturday.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. It's going to be a great final series, particularly if this weather keeps up, I tell you what. Now it's Eaglehawk again. A long high ball by Hurd, goal square, comes off hands. He was in fact looking for Richards, and why wouldn't you? But he's been prominent this afternoon. He's kicked 4 goals. 98 playing 65. 22 minutes gone, final turn.
33 scoring shots now for the Borough. That's considering they had, what, 12 all last week. They've kicked 20 behinds today. 13 goals. Holmes has been good for them. Structurally really important to what they've done this afternoon, Eaglehawk. Kicks across the ground, straight back to his former, well, his Bendigo United cricket teammate in Zach Hare. Hands off to Leon, now to McKay. Deft little pass inside the 50, finds Sims, another of the Bendigo United cricket brigade out there. Sims has got it right on the edge of the 50. Had a shot at the other end of the ground earlier and didn't get the carry. Spins the footy in his hands here as he starts his approach. Can he peg one back late for the Bloods? Kick from 48's on the way. It's a lovely strike.
Gee whiz.
That is a clinical finish from Zach Sims. Just his 3rd goal of the season from his 11th appearance in the seniors this afternoon. But he hit that sweet as a nut. And it's South Bendigo's 10th. 10-10-70 to Eaglehawk 13-20-98. The margin is 28 points.
And the one thing that I've noticed today with Eaglehawk, which will stand them in good stead going forward in the next few weeks of the finals, that when they tackle, they make sure that they pin the opposition's arm so that they can't get rid of the ball and they get a ball up 90% of the time.
Back into the middle, McGregor Cameron. He's looking for Haddo again. We've seen that all afternoon. Also Maher in the middle as well, doing some hard work. Sims getting involved, taps it forward. Langley now picks it up. He's at 51 metres. They're still battling hard, but it will turn over now. It'll come out through Hanley. Now another one-on-one contest. Turnover back the other way. Smith getting involved. Haddo. Haddo no-go corridor paw kick turnover. He's kicked it straight to Dill Williams.
So Williams wants to move it on. Oh, gee, that's up and down the mine shaft up toward half forward. Just lobbed it onto the head of Hurd. Taken away and kicked inside the forward 50. That's a nice delivery. Might have been from Mullen and sliding in his O'Shaughnessy to mark. And Jack O'Shaughnessy's got it 5 metres out directly in front. Kicked one in that 3rd quarter. And another one here. Cracked a ton for the Borough. Had a good afternoon as O'Shaughnessy. Last cracked the ton back in round 16 against Kyneton and Eaglehawk. O'Shaughnessy's kick on the way. And they break the 100 barrier this afternoon in the elimination final. 14-20-104 to 10-11-71. 2nd goal for Jack O'Shaughnessy on the afternoon. And the Borough's 33-point lead restored.
Yeah, good work from Mullins there. He lowered the eyes going forward and found O'Shaughnessy standing all on his own, and he finds space in that forward line. He's done it all day. He did it from the 1st quarter right through.
Plays a bit bigger than his size, doesn't he?
He does play a lot bigger, and he plays. He's got a lot more. He's got a good head on a young shoulders, and he plays a lot more like a senior footballer than the junior he still is.
Back into the middle, Marl for the Bloods, gives it to Langley, who kicks it forward to Strubens at his ankles. Strubens now will collect. Short pass looking for Harvey. Made him work. Poor kick. Oscar Madden tracks the footy now. He'll go around the body, look for Mullen. Finds Mullen of the Borough. I'm a Bendigo United boy from way back too, in another life, Joel.
Wicketkeeper bat.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Not so much the bat.
We'll use that. Well, we'll use both that terms loosely.
They have been behind the wicket, but didn't necessarily keep them.
As the ball goes out of bounds. Obviously, the fizz has gone out of this one, even though it's an elimination final. 104
Thanks, Jock.
playing 71. 26 and a half gone final term.
Chalk up a second reference for the great man this afternoon.
Yes, well.
He's
Got to make some impact after 36 years or however long he was in.
quite possibly listening. I'll
in the taxi cab.
Yeah, he'll give me a clip later on if I see him across the road. Here's Dalglish. He's trying to spin through a couple of tackles, caught holding the ball, and the Bloods will get it back. Question on notice, Norm. I'm interested to know where the Bloods can make some inroads in terms of personnel as they start to look ahead to 2024. Maybe what you think are some deficiencies in their list, as Hare kicks a high footy inside the forward 50. Bouncing ball, an awkward one for Thompson. Can't keep it in and it'll go out of play.
Well, the big thing they need, Joel, is a key forward, a good key forward to kick the ball to. They've got their small forwards there in Strubens, Harvey and Keck, but they need a good key forward that demands the football and can straighten them up.
Nothing wrong with their intensity in the middle today either, was there?
That's good.
They were very, very good, which they kept them in it for a long, long time. As from the ball up now, we're on 50. Hurried kick out of the pack. Eaglehawk through Bennett. Contested footy. Ground level. both sides going in hard, halfway between centre wing and right half forward.
I reckon they'd love another midfielder, though. I reckon they'd love another outside midfielder. So you've got your Haddo and you've got your White, you've got your in and under ball winners, but the next sort of wave that they push through the middle of the ground probably aren't quite as strong, South Bendigo.
Do you think they missed Isaiah Miller? That's probably a silly
Well,
question, 'cause I reckon
today.
they have.
No,
Yeah.
big time. Yep.
As it's a long ball now by Smith. He goes corridor, but as the afternoon has progressed, we've seen a lot of turnovers. Jack Thompson goes wide now. Spots up Mullen further afield. And this is Hurd with the footy for Eaglehawk.
I reckon one thing, you know, just another really, really classy, like I'm sort of thinking an outside midfielder with, you know, good kick of the ball, like a Wheeler, that sort of damaging forward of centre player. Miller's more a sort of defensive midfielder a lot of the times, but certainly would have made an impact for them this afternoon. Mullins on the outer side of the ground.
Particularly the way they played early, Joel, I think that's where Miller would have been really important.
Yeah, he's a quality player. 23-goal win in the A-grade netball, incidentally, to Castlemaine. So South Bendigo's season will end in both A-grade football or A-grade netball and senior footy. So it might be a big night on the cans at Harry Trott, just quietly, with both of their two senior sides going out this afternoon. Aubrey's out wide. Kicks inside forward 50. Beautifully taken by Bolger, who returns serve the other way, but it's off hands and will go out of play for another throw in. Outer side of the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Eaglehawk 14-21-04. South Bendigo 10-11-71. We tossed back into play. We're nearly half an hour through this final term. With you for about 10 minutes through until 5 o'clock. We'll wrap up all the scores from Central Victorian footy that we've got to hand before the end of the broadcast this afternoon.
And where does Horbury sit next year? Are we clear on where his negotiations are, as he did win the footy and goes long its hair to half forward? Sam Thompson will collect. Short pass. Do you know the answer to that one, Norm? Or
Not at this
McGregor?
stage. I know that there was a chance he could have gone north before this season, but opted to stay in Bendigo. We'll have to wait and see what happens next year.
pass to Hare, centre wing.
You'd love him. They'd love him to stick around. I mean, it's just so important to them. And losing a player of his quality. That's a lovely kick from Hare. Finds long. Kicks to the pocket. A little bit too late. And Eaglehawk keeps its season alive in 2023 with a bounce-back win over the Bloods by 33 points at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. 14 goals, 20, 104 to 10-11-71. And Eaglehawk will play Strathfield Say next week in the semi-final next Sunday afternoon. For South Bendigo, it's curtains in 2023. The other semi-final in Bendigo senior football will be Golden Square and Sandhurst on Saturday. And in A-grade netball, Castlemaine too good. So it's a double exit on elimination final day for the Bloods. Beaten but far from disgraced as they made a second final series in the past 10 years. Darcy Richards kicked 4 for Eaglehawk. 2 goals to Cam McGlashan and to Jack O'Shannessy. Goals to Bolger, to Hurd, to Williams, to Evans and to Wheeler. For South Bendigo, all single goal kickers at the end of the day. Sims, Keck, Torpy, Haddo, White, Van Humen, Leon, Strubens and Harvey all among the goal kickers, but they couldn't find a consistent forward target. And it brings to an end a difficult day for them this afternoon. The Bloods for Eaglehawk, they play on. Norm Jenkin, before the better players for Eaglehawk, your impressions of all of that?
Well, I thought South Bendigo gave it their all, but as we knew at the start of the year, with the forward line they were going to have, it was going to be hard to win finals football. It was all right for the home and away for most of the year, but very difficult in finals football to play that low game, getting the ball into your forward 50, keeping control of it. And Eaglehawk, to their credit, they were able to smother that early in the game, and when they got their chances, they made the most of them. As I said during the call, when they tackle, they make sure that they tackle and pin an arm so that the opposition can't get the ball out. Therefore, when the tackle's made, it's either a free kick or a ball up. It doesn't give the opposition a chance to maybe collect the crumbs.
And for South Bendigo this afternoon. Of course, it's an end to their season, Johnny. I mean, it's probably where most people thought they'd be.
Yeah, well, I think we discussed it before the game. I was actually pleasantly surprised how competitive they were, though, Joel. They peppered the goals at times. There was a lot of turnovers, but nobody could question the endeavour that they came with today. Within the first minute, they could have hit the scoreboard in literally 20 seconds, but a goal that was missed early for Johnson. But it certainly set the scene from this afternoon.
It feels like home, it feels like home. Berry plant, it feels like home. A place for you, a place for now. And Berry plant will show you how.